Okay. Good.
What are you going to test today, Jack?
I don't know. I've tested 5 different decks today so far,
Oh, crumbs.
and none of them I like.
I've liked the second deck that I've tested today. After really enjoying the first deck and then going down a slippery slope. What are we calling this?
Japanese cards dot stream. Probably something better than that.
Was it SM8?
Yeah, yeah. Lost Thunder. Looking at.
First impressions. Not SM Star, SM8. Excellent. We did it. Refresh that. Is that working? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do my due diligence and just play a few more games of Vika Ray. As it is
Okay.
worth getting the right idea on. Getting on the right page, just so they know full show what I want to do.
Joe, what happens if we end up playing Lapras this weekend?
Then we go ahead and make day 2. Right, so my
Uh,
suspicions are correct with that first hand. Oh dear. It will be a funny weekend for everyone else. Yeah, I guess it would be.
mm,
How's it
are
going,
you
Mark?
are you going, Mark? Are you just not playing, or are you not even going?
It's going to be the Mali Shrine deck. We do have Delmise in the list. So let's see what we can piece together here.
Going, cool.
I think we'll just Ultra Ball, make a Ray. We'll make a Delmise, I guess. We can even attack with the Vikavolt in this matchup, like, really easily.
Hey,
Shrilianch,
thanks
thank
for
you
the
for the
bits.
cheer. 2 bits our way. We can actually just attach to Grubbin. The next turn we have Ultra Ball, Candy, Volkner, gets us the Lightning, and we can Strong Charge and take a KO. So we could feign a terrible hand and actually have turn 2 Vika KO. Let's do it.
Mark, what should I play? Message me. I'll take anything.
Is this Bulu? No, it's Ray.
At this point, I'll take any list.
He's not lying.
I haven't tested today. One. Joe sent me 2 in the past 10 minutes. Do you just talk to me, Joe? Yeah, I said, tell me what to play.
Plus.
Plus, 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 plus. I need plus.
Dodo used Pursuit.
This is a spoiler-free zone. However, also, this is a sad boys free zone, so can we not? A little Uno. Zorro Rock. Hmm. These spoilers. Hey Luke, how you doing, buddy?
Those angry faces. Oh, Ian. Only one Psyche in his bin so far, so it should be hard for him to find his GX to get a KO. They normally play a 1 of the GX, and then he spent like all of his Ball Search cards turn 1, I want to say. At least it feels that way. Could also play Kukui for Aeroforce, but this deck typically doesn't play Kukui because it's spread.
Spread and dead.
Oh my god, he had 4 Nest Ball in his opening hand. Oh, 3. 3 and a treasure. We have to settle for Daventry League Cup instead of Frankfurt. Yeah, a lot of the UK guys have had to scrabble around a lot over the last couple of days. Oh, this can kill us. Yeah, this hits for weakness. And we have an ability. He could go DCE 1 squid. Oh, but he didn't. So he has no more draw. Okay, that's good for us. Really don't want to get rid of Recycler when we're going for a second Electro Cannon, but I want to guarantee Pokemon.
I can get a load of Panflams. Oh. Come find me, Connor. Give me all the Panflams.
Right, we're shuffling so many energy back in the deck. I think it's still right to strong charge first, because we're just going to draw into a heap of energy otherwise. But we do guarantee to hit one. We do need to guarantee that.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
We do guaranteed to hit one.
Guaranteedums. Okay, we did hit one. Let's get strong.
Oh, I guaranteed it.
We didn't hit the dream, which was to hit a wishful. We could re-roll. Haven't seen any shrines come into play yet, and we're probably going to have to attack with something more than just the Delmise this game. So let's just put him down and say, give me 4 cards and hope they're better than the ones we have. Especially a Wishful Baton would be insane. Candy Stretcher is excellent. We did it. Good early pressure. And thanks to a pretty insane let loose, we're going to continue this pressure. Frankfurt, here we go. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think a lot of people are going to bring a lot of cool stuff. I really hope they do. I don't know how much Dragon Majesty is going to be played. I think not a lot. But, wait, did he just... What attack is he using? Is he going to use Psywave here? But there's still going to be some cool adaptations to the top decks.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Everyone's sleeping on
I'm not.
again. Oh, this man's playing the Shining Arceus for Mirror.
Spread and dead.
I'll keep that on the screen for a minute so people can actually read what it does.
Glaciate and dead. Ultimate Arrow.
Mark, did you hear that an Incineroar deck won a League Cup in the UK this weekend?
And a Lapras deck.
And a Lapras deck. I don't know what's more surprising.
UK meta, lol.
My bros bring a Reshiram. Oof. Oof, indeed. This is going to be absolute oof if we get a KO here. Right, hold on. We have it, right? We have it guaranteed if I do the strong charge first. Talk about that. Oof. That face. League Cups have always been interesting. Yeah. Pretty much. Did I just pull this out? Yeah, we'd rather draw better stuff. Break your neck. So this spread deck has no damage counters on the board, and we have 2 prizes left. It's going well. It's going well. Heavy Tortoise, how's it going? Reshiram. I wonder if anyone's got that working. I feel like even if people have got stuff working, there's the commitment in terms of cash, because they are premium cards to purchase at the moment. Yeah, Mark, on stream I lost against Greninja Sandslash. With Lapras Quagsire. Apparently Luke was telling me that I threw as well. He thinks I had game on board. I don't think I ever did, but I'll have to look back again. I imagine I did make a mistake somewhere. I think there was a turn when I used my last Guzma when instead I could have Cynthia'd and tried to hit an Aqua Patch, which could have won me the game. But I don't know if I ever had guaranteed game. And using my last Guzma basically lost me the game. Spread is a good deck. Yeah, I think Spread isn't bad at all. Charlie, how's it going? We're good. We're slightly stressing out over Frankfurt, but what can you do?
Slightly.
Only slightly.
I'm tearing my hair out. Tearing little tootsies out.
Embarrassing.
Come on, DCE. Come on, DCE.
Just go Lapras again. Secret's out now. And honestly, I don't think it was that strong. It's quite strong, but it's not that strong. It's not regional strong. It's let's have fun at a cup strong. There was definitely a few games where I did not feel in control. And I like feeling in control. And I don't think there's space to make the list much better than it currently is. So
it's out of control and it'll stay out of control.
Yep.
Oh, as if I missed DCE. Why?
From my experience, you can play anything at regional. Yeah, that's true as well, I guess. Well, we did just crush that Shrine deck, and we didn't even use the Delmais to do it. They just drew really poorly, which is basically my experience with the Malamar Shrine deck. Streaking? What's happened here, boys? Another Lugia coin. Is it going to be the same spread nonsense? Do I know Panflams? Whoa.
You can't offer a man panflams and then say you can't provide panflams. Come on.
Yeah,
There's
that's
got to
not on.
be there's got to be laws against it.
I mean, we don't actually have any pieces for the Vika, so am I going for the fan club here? Or do I just go for a Ray and then play the Lily for 6? I think we're Lilying instead. Let's get the Ray.
I know a guy.
We have guaranteed energy if I want it, but I see an Oranguru right now, and we don't need to reach too far to kill that, so let's not overextend when we don't have to. Oh. No grub.
Grub, grub.
That's a shame. I got so happy when I saw Candy Vikavolt, and I was like, oh wait, where's the little guy? Okay. Zoropod for the win, says Shuckle. Dashing Pouch, what is this? Oh my goodness, it's Gorgeist, probably with Rotom. I would imagine. He got the let loose. He's letting loose on us. Even though we didn't put down a Grubbin.
Why? Where are my DCEs? Oh.
Protects the DCE. What a genius. What a player. What a man.
I still haven't won a game tonight. This is annoying me.
Yeah, that would annoy me too.
Oh.
I think I just did something pretty silly. Huh.
Hmm. Grubbin,
I just
Gru-
treasured away Ultra Ball.
Grubbin isn't a psychic or dragon type.
No, I need it for the rain. I need it for the Vika next turn, Jack.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, no. So we're just... Okay, if we do this line, it just means we sack Energy Recycler. Which is a worse line.
Which is fine, right? Wrong.
Okay. I mean, we're not sacking the Cycler. We're getting the 1 energy value. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. It's all going to be okay. Ray players don't think. Can Lapras beat Pod by going all in on Volk Prism? Or is it next to winnable? Next to unwinnable. I would still say it's you're very unlikely to win. Like, that's... You have to enact the same win con as you would with any Zoro build. Against any Zoro build, but it's way harder because they have much better one-hit KO potential than the other Zoro builds. Like, yes, Lycanroc gets a KO, but it does it once. The Pod is threatening multiple KOs. Weavile also presents multiple KOs, but you can play around with that as well, so... I don't know. Your strategy won't change, though. The only difference is you're probably Guzmaring Golysopods rather than Guzmaring Zoroarks, which is already quite bad for you, but... Yep, it is Gorgeist Rotom. Oh, I mean, we didn't actually have Candy Vika anyway, but... Charlie, how's it going, man?
Hey, Mad Captain.
Pumpkin
Gets rid of
bomb.
the bad draws, you say? I'll give it a go. This is why I don't test, because I just get frustrated. I think it's time for me to go back to...
Oh, we just got memed. Baton. No.
Oh, no.
I've got nothing left. Oh no. I've got nothing left. Oh my word. What has happened here? We just lost to it. Come on. We just lost to this deck. So, I mean, I'm not taking this to regionals then. That's not double candy, double Vika.
My alter Lego. Thank you very much for the subscription.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Little Jimmy Club. Or for your first sub to the Jimmy Club, welcome. Welcome. What did I just tune into? An impossible matchup. Okay, what else shall I place today? Let's play some, should play some Buzzgarb. We are going to regional after all. I've been testing a lot today. I've been testing since 4:30.
I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do.
Jack's also been testing for a long time today. Mad Captain. Oh dear.
Mad Captain, I will ban you.
How good is Naganadal Beast Box?
I think it's super inconsistent. It doesn't have a good draw engine, so with the lack of good supporters, the only thing it really has going for it is Ultra Space. That's one of the only things I really like about the deck. The fact that you have a free Ultra Ball every turn.
Is a cube coming to Frankfurt? Asked Charlie. No, it's not, I'm afraid. I don't have big luggage. I just have hand luggage, and I need clothes as well as
Cards.
And if I take the cube, I can't have clothes.
Can't even go to Frankfurt, Jack. I need some things to cheer me up.
Take a Garchomp, pair it with Lucario. Shadow Lab 2000, thank you so much for the 6-month resub as well.
Hey.
Welcome back to the Little Jimmy Club. Hope you enjoy your stay. Garchomp Lucario is actually quite cool with Lance. But on the turn you Lance, your damage output is terrible anyway. What is this now? Instead of Zorro Decidueye, it's Swampert Decidueye?
More than normal gaming as well. Thank you so much for the
Guys, spoiling us today. Welcome back, my dude. Well, welcome for your first time as well. Awesome.
Welcome is the general message.
Don't have room to bring yours either. That sucks. I think we want to develop Sneasel, looking at his board.
I think there's going to be some abilities on his board soon.
think I might be stomping off this turn. We could put the Weavile straight back in for an extra draw. I think we will be using the Weavile. Let's take the extra draw. And let's try and hit an item. Try and hit a rare candy, shall we? No. Cynthia's not a bad thing to bin, though. Finally got your stream working on the mobile. Nice one. Yeah, we're doing good today. Come down to the dregs of the ladder and play that mess at the regional.
I just don't enjoy any deck. That's the fundamental issue of
that.
That
is quite an issue. Uh-oh, Desi's here. Uh-oh, he's got quite well set up. There's 2 Martians as well. Everyone's at full meltdown. Yeah. No one knows anymore. Did they ever know? Dartrix, he's not embracing the high roll. Gotta embrace it. There's one thing I've learned playing Pokemon all these years. Gotta embrace it. It's really risky for us to attach Rainbow Energies, putting ourselves back down to 60. With both our guys when we don't have a guaranteed dude. So I think we'll like spread our commitments. Go for Lily. It's a nice draw. Did I just hear high roll? Hell yeah. TSG Benny, how's it going? So now with 2 Sneasel developed, he's got to be a little worried about going Swamp Town, Arizona. Play Heracross, says Shuckle. I played against Heracross at the weekend. I don't really want to play a coin flip deck.
Jack plays Sylveon. I'm going to ignore that comment.
Gross Meta, how's it going? $140, $170, $180, $190, $210. No, what am I saying? That's not right.
Buzzguard, no buzz in play. Full bench ward. Wonder how much the attendance will be affected by the airline. I actually don't think it'll be affected hugely because there's another UK flight in the morning, plus there's other airlines, plus the UK would probably have only made up like 20%. So maybe like 5 to 10% were affected in the first place, and some of those have changed their flight. So I'd say at most 5% of people won't be going now, but I think even that might be a stretch because I think a lot of people were able to reschedule from what I've seen. A lot weren't, but a lot were. I still think it'll be the same like caps. I still think we'll get 9 into 5 rounds, and I don't think we'll go below the Next threshold. My pursuit of a new deck. I'm in pursuit for Uno new deck. Embarrassing.
Let's get evil.
Which flights were affected? The Friday evening flight was affected. Some people thought they were going to then extend it to the Friday morning, but it looks like it's just been the Friday evening one to Frankfurt. There was other flights as well, but to us. It's the first you're hearing of it? Damn, Charlie. It's been everywhere on Facebook over the
So
past
many
couple of
people have
days.
posted about it. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
outrage. In pursuit of a new deck. Love it. Do you reckon their builders playing Acerolas? They fit 2 stage 2s.
I'll be a yes then.
So yeah, probably just had it.
To the space.
Holy.
Which airline? Ryanair. Just join because I want to explain what they're talking about. We were talking about the airline strikes that are going on this Friday that have affected some people that are flying out to Frankfurt this weekend to play in the regional. Have I considered Bulu? I have not considered Bulu. That's because I think Vika Ray is a better Vika Bulu. I have considered Vika Ray. I have not been able to test it though. So.
You may play a master man. Yeah, that creamed me the other day. When was it, Monday?
Cream cracker. What are the alternatives? You could get like coaches and stuff, but more than anything, like there are many alternatives, but it was how late on that it's been told. Like it would be difficult to get a coach now and stuff. We were told on Tuesday that the strike would take place on Friday. So for some people, there just wasn't that like many options left. Obviously, because we're so close to the date now, flights have gone up a lot too. So it means that basically you could either try and find an alternative and pay a lot or just not go. And I think some people did the first and in some cases got compensation, but some people just got
I can see
compensation.
he was actually ahead there. That's super weird. He definitely could have beaten us there. I guess he didn't realise that we were out of... He wouldn't have expected us to be out of Trebuchets because we did prize 1. I think. I don't think I'm playing 2-2-2-2. That sounds really greedy. Let me check. Maybe I'm a greed lord. Da-da-da-da. No, I'm a good guy. I'm good. Excellent. Just prized 1. Back to it then.
Back to the office.
Swan put a Desi, you don't get the combo. No, nor me. You can play the energy. The super boost.
Super boost chicken nuggets.
Ah, a classic Buzzgarb Shrine hand. Textbook. Deck Wizard. Uh-oh.
Are we going to Frankfurt? We are going to Frankfurt. We were not on the cancelled flights. I think if I were on the cancelled flight, I wouldn't have gone, if I'm honest.
Yeah, nor me.
Tried to rearrange.
Everything's really expensive.
Not only that, but like the format is so random. It feels super sad to put so much into rearranging to then potentially lose to random stuff. If it was a format that I felt I'd figured out, then I'd be more peeved. But you can see how much me and Joe are tearing our hair out now. It probably actually leads to quite a chilled weekend.
Play some cube.
Play some cube, but no,
Forget it.
they had to go and cancel the other flight, didn't they?
Alright, let's try and hit a trainer card. A rare candy. A Rebombe. Rebombe! Oh, this meta.
I muted my microphone while you said that, and you should be glad because I swore at you.
Oh.
Rebombe. I'm playing a Delmise as well. This is what we should play this weekend, Joe. If we're rolling high, we should roll super high.
What's that?
And take 2 turns.
2 turns. Ah. Perhaps. You've got 3 clown decks prepared for this weekend. Excellent. Wait. Oh, yeah, he needs the Psych Energy for Anchor Shot. I was like... I was thinking of Metagross that actually plays the Psych Energies. I think we want the Slug, right? We want to get out of this trash hand ASAP. There's no real point us hitting a Delmise for 60. But at the same time, we need to draw cards. So let's do it this way. Do I think 4-3 or 3-2 is the correct Lycanroc line? I like 3-2.
That's what we've tested.
There's a lot of people playing 4-3. But you know you'll never get value out of 4-3. Like, you know that that's never going to happen. Even 3-3 is fine. I think 4-3 is very overkill. Like, I want a lot of spaces in my Zoroark. I want spaces for policies, and I want spaces for at least one Acerola and Palpad. And I think if you want all those things, you can't play a very thick Lycanroc. It's not necessarily that 4-3 is bad, it's just that I want the spaces for other stuff.
Is Frankfurt being streamed by any chance? It is being streamed by our friends known as TCG.
What do we get here? It's just this. Getting a Pokemon feels weird though. Maybe we want to get an energy. More energy pressure.
Yeah, it's being commentated by our friend Doomsday in the chat.
Is cutting to 2 stadiums okay in Zoroark? Yeah, I think so. If you play Diancie, you can try and attack with Lycanroc as much as possible. And if you're doing that, you don't need the stadium, damage-wise. And you already play like 2 Kukuis anyway. Obviously, you want stadiums to bounce the shrines, but a lot of the time I've found that keeping or like still just being ticked here and there by the shrines isn't the biggest of deals.
Rebomb Bay.
Fisherman, oh baby.
Rebomb Fisherman. Fisherman. Doesn't work as well as Rebomb Bay.
No, I'm gonna pick you up on it, but
Alright, you're heading down to Cardiff Cup. I'm doing Norwich Cup, not Cardiff.
I
So
think
that's
I
same.
might be going to Cardiff. I don't know yet. I could stay with my grandparents because they live in Swansea, so it wouldn't be too difficult. I think it's on the Sunday though, so I think I'd stay on the Saturday night, play Sunday, then leave Monday. I haven't decided yet though.
Isn't it the same weekend as Reading though?
Oh, is it the same weekend as Reading? Well, in that case, I'll be at Reading.
I have a feeling it's the same weekend as Reading. Could be wrong though. Usually am.
Usually.
Fiddle.
Just guarantee ourselves an energy card.
I've just got no idea.
This is actually incorrect sequencing because we know that the energy card is an insta-play card, so I messed that up. We take these because rainbows can be any card, right? Or do we take the counter energy? Counter energy can still be useful. We're going to be going ahead. That's weird. Swing me right round. Ooh, squeaky chair.
Joe, is it time to bring back Buzz Rotom?
Always. Squeaky, very squeaky chair. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Here comes Magnet. Magnet Man. Fantasy Man.
But that Pokemon can't use Zap Cannon after this turn. During your next turn.
Guzma. Back into free retreat Cutiefly. Think of the combos.
Bro, think of the combos with Rebomb Bay. All possible just because of Rebomb Bay.
There you go. Oh, no, he missed. Okay.
Oh.
Well, crumbs.
What a letdown. What an absolute letdown.
I was excited for a moment.
Think of the combos. Oh, wait, he missed.
Oh, wait, he's dead.
Don't kill the Rebomb Bay.
Why not?
Oh!
I actually can't. I don't have...
Don't have movement options.
Don't have energy card or movement card.
Rebomb Bay lives again.
Strikes. Lightning strikes
day.
twice. I think I actually want to protect this baby Buzz because I can do 120. I can do the thing, so we can just pay retreat on this guy. Make sure that we keep the beast energy around. this checks the Magna. Let's not forget to smooth over. This checks the Magnet way better. So we already have Goose. I think I might just take something like Kukui for options for next turn to react better. Swansea Cup is on the 14th, though. That would be good. Yeah, I'll try and reg to that. If I still need points. I've got a first and a top 4. It's probably worth me going. Actually, challenges may be more worth me attending. Challenges are like guaranteed points for me. Maybe I should hit up some challenges. It's so good not having to go to challenges last season, like all of last season. A whole year without having to do those little annoying events. Now it's just like League Cup effort for League Challenge CP. Ugh. I really don't understand why they made that change. League Challenges are meant to be the entry-level tournament for newer players, and because the race is potentially going to be so tight that it's going to cause the most competitive players to be attending those tournaments as well, just to like absolutely crush newer players. It's going to be just a real bad feeling all around. The good people don't want to be there, and the bad people don't want the good people there anyway. So it really is a bad system, I think. I think they had it right before. All in Magnazone. But I can kill this on board. I have Baby Buzz with Beast. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's right here. Oh, my screen died. He's found the win con. Oh my god, screen still going crazy. We're back. Yes. Actually, we didn't have it on board because of the... Oh yeah, it's only Ultra Beast. Sorry, I thought it was Metal Pokemon for a second there. We actually do have it on board. Excellent news. Let us put this down. Use a smooth criminal. We definitely want an attachment. One, two, three, 4 items played so far. So you probably just do this. Let me sledge them. It's so scary when my camera dies on me. Sorry, my screen dies on me.
Is this the second computer going? Da, 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 da.
No, the screen does it like a lot though.
Oh, really?
I think it's just because I have a really janky adapter for it.
Mm.
Because I have so many ports at the back of the computer, I've had to use a janky adapter.
It's just, oh god. I don't even want to think, it just sounds so scary.
No, you get over 300 points just doing challenges and cups this quarter. Or each quarter. But it's just so much work. Ugh.
Yeah.
Easy.
Hey Benji, how you doing, buddy?
Sorry, bud. I don't choose the opponents. Oh, that's game, right? Yeah, that's not going to cut it, my friend. It's just not going to cut it. See you later. Okay. What time is it? It's 9:10. We'll have a couple more games, and then we're going to be reviewing or giving our first impressions of a lot of the Japanese cards, because we actually haven't done that in a long time.
And when you don't know what to play in this format, maybe the future can help.
Thinking of better days.
Oh, it's anagram of dog.
Yeah.
This guy's like fifth in Europe, or fifth in the UK or something. Anagram of dog.
Let's play the try-hard deck and try and win. Oh, looks like he too is playing a try-hard deck. Well played. Bravo. So Weavile is terrible in this matchup, right? Let's start by acrobating. Well, that's really bad. I guess we get rid of a unit. Rainbows can work on garbs. Fact. We want to have more garbs than the opponent, so we also always want to keep our stretcher. Getting rid of Ultra Ball feels weird, but I think we do it. Have we got... Yeah, I'm going to put Buzzwole down. A lot of the time I try and proactively search a slug, but because we have energies that we want to declog, and the fact that we have Beast Energy, if we can Beast Diancie, it means we can Grinch down some Trubbishes. Oh, it's all going to be okay. This is absolutely brilliant. Azul with the 142 person host. Thank you so much, Azul, as always.
142 human host.
Humans. Bravo. Cal140 as well. Thank you for the follow. We don't need anything else this turn, do we? Let's hold off on the acro.
Maybe one of these 142 people can help us in what to play.
Maybe.
Please.
I wonder. Did you look at Seagrove's little Memphis meta chat?
I haven't yet. No, I only saw that he'd made one about 10 minutes before the stream.
Oh, he's not playing the tryhard build. He's playing Zygarde. Well, we're a lot of non-GX attackers. So that's good for us.
Was it good, Seagrove?
Yeah, he did it differently from normal. He did like a sort of voting thing where everyone votes blind and then sort of has to like reveal their answers all at once.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
I'll watch that later on after the stream.
It was interesting. Look at this Bulu gang. Plays Coco, interesting. Ooh, Let Loose. We don't hate it because our hand wasn't magical. We drew into Switch as well, which is excellent. How many items has he played? One. The big one there. This is only going to be Weavile, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's grab ourselves Buzzwole. We could do some stomping off, but I don't like it. Just go for a little Evolve and Smack. Yeah, Evolve and Smack. Why not? I always feel a lot safer that my hand won't go anywhere, but I forget that people still play Judge and Let Loose and stuff. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, he used Kahoot. That's what it's called. You're right. See, there you go. There's the Judge. Azul promised Steam Decks and didn't deliver. Can you provide the people what they really want? I don't think I've ever done theme decks on stream before. So, no. I have a tournament. Thoughts on Metagross Ultra Necrozma?
This is actually one I wanted to ask you.
Necrozma. I think it's just so much jankier than a lot of other things that can be good.
I wanted to ask you now. Rukan's Psychic Valley list has been kind of not revealed, but everyone knows how it works now, so it feels a little bit worse. Do you still think Psychic Valley is better than Ultra Valley?
No, I think Ultra Valley is better because a lot of Zoros will be playing Policy now. Even if you play Blower, it just is cards that clunk up the deck.
Yeah.
No Energy's rough. That's really rough. Damn. I didn't want a Guzma because he can just attach and blow out our Buzzwole. And I want to get this Beast Energy value on this guy. I mean, it's not a big concern that it does big one-hit KOs because we don't play GXs anyway. So we will start needing to... needing him to get some items played soon. Yeah, Metagross just doesn't feel that safe. I think Weavel's a good card right now. I think... like, what matchup are you even targeting? You good against Buzzgarb? I guess you kind of are, but you can still get crumbed out just by early pressure. I don't think you're particularly good against Zoroark. Even with Ultra. Zoroark doesn't need the Ferrotex to win. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily needs it. I think it definitely helps, obviously, but it's not mandatory. Right, this is our only Buzzwole, so we want this back for the 4-prize turn. We finally get ourselves good old Slugman. Which is going to be good. In combination with Kukui as well. We just want more attachments, I think. I mean, going for Shrine would be nice, but... Actually, we could go for Counter Energy, swing around. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Swing up. Counter Energy swingums.
We'll do 150 with swing around. That doesn't sound bad at all. .170 with the 1 heads. Insane. If he hadn't had the blower, would have been detonated.
Absolutely detonated.
Kamal Mahmood, thank you so much for the follow, my man. Not many items played yet. He's doing well to... Is this an OmniPoke stream? I see a distinct lack of Nessie. There is definitely a lack of Nessie here. Oh, this is going to be a nice nice pickup from us. Getting the guaranteed.
card. Guaranteed unspecified card.
I do like guaranteed cardboard.
Guaranteed cardboard. Name of my band.
So he sledgehammers us back. We still haven't found a shrine, which is a bit annoying. And then we can start garbing him. Actually, he needs to play an item this turn for us to garb him. Maybe we just Guzma Diancie and hit him with garb. Yeah, that seems fine. Sledgehammer. It's fine. Ah, a shrine has appeared. Excellent. Let's put this down. I don't mind threatening a Sneasel. I think it's better than threatening another Garb. Just because it's different damage. We want to get him off Sledgehammer turn because it's really annoying. Let's smooth over. I think we just want more damage from here on out. And this is an activator for Slugma again next turn.
Anagram of dog.
So he's off Sledge turn. He has no way to deal with this Garbodor. No obvious way, at least. He has a bounce for Stadium. Let's see what he can search out here. It can change the game. Lele's another ability, which is good for us. Unless he's just Guzmaring the Sneasel. Potentially that's his line. Yeah, Guzma Sneasel's not bad here. With the Zygarde. He's still done well on his item count. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's spamming well playeds. Isn't a very good feeling. Is this even right? 6, 8. This looks really rough. CCG top 4 of the UK. Yeah, we're doing alright.
Not bad.
It looks like he's got us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 80, 100, 130, 140, 150, 160. This can't get there. 80, 90. I'll take 150. Yeah, I don't think we get there. I think we need to try and stall something to win here. He's got rid of 6, 10 energy's gone, 1 rope, 2 Guzma. Pretty sure he has us. Magmarine Guzma. We've already used our Slugma's already evolved. We play 1. Which sucks. Cut 1/1 cargo for 1/1 Weavile. Yeah. Why did I target the Baby Buzz? Yeah, I guess you're kind of right. That it's not guaranteed without Diancie. Maybe it was a throw. I think also on the turn where we had the 170 damage Zygarde, we should have just Guzma'd and kept it damaged. Just the fact that we just didn't see Shrine for so long. Leon, thanks for following. That guy loves spamming emotes. That's his favourite thing to do. Cargo is so important. Like, surprise face. Yeah, but so is getting attackers. I think Weavile's also very important.
Weavums.
I'm kind of against playing 1/1 lines of attackers. Because it's so easy for someone to just go, oh, you have that one guy? Let's Guzma that one guy. And then that whole threat's gone. Obviously, they can Guzma KO Slugma, but I think this deck doesn't give other decks time to do that because of the amount of threats it puts on its board. People tell you to prioritize Mag Cargo, but realistically, this deck doesn't offer a lot of time to do that. Yeah, the turn we sort of wasted our Sledgehammer turn because the Zygarde only had 30 left. We should have like trusted in Shrine a lot more. Just if we were Guzmaring, it was another turn of us not drawing cards, so it felt like it was sort of becoming less and less live. It was a misstep. I mean, that's probably the biggest misstep, rather than not Guzmaring, like rather than the turn we Guzma'd the Baby Buzz. It was the turn that we didn't Guzma. This should be an interesting game. Oh boy. Playing Judge and Zoroark always scares me. I feel like if you play a Judge before you've developed your own Zoro, it gets really spooky.
Spooky. What does that Pheromosa do? Is it 20 or 30?
The big 20.
The big 200. No.
How many Judges would I play in Zoroark? I'd play one and Palpad. I'm not playing Zoroark though, Mark, so it's fine. What was with the 4 Judge lists? Pendy played 4 Judge, I believe, and maybe a few other people. I don't really agree with it. I feel like I don't know. It just feels risky. The idea is that you trade all the time, yes, but there's only so many slots you can have in your deck, and a lot of the time you've got to commit those slots to support cards that help you out in the early turns for Zoroark. That's always the thing that you need to sort out, in my opinion, most. Or first and foremost, at least. Maybe I just do this.
Hey Kirk, how you doing,
Kirk,
buddy?
dude, how's it going?
Long time no see.
I'm going to put this here in an attempt to make it less favourable for him to attack my Makago. Make him worried a little bit. Get him spooked. Didn't make a poll in Hey Fonte. There's still time. I can do it tomorrow. West Ham 8, Macclesfield 0. Cool. I don't think that's going to be it's not really a impactful game. Just a bit of a feels bad man for Macclesfield.
For Macklemore.
What tips do you have for dealing with Rayquaza with Zoroark? Get an energy attachment turn 1. And kill their stuff quickly. card-wise, like decision-wise, play 2 Kukuis, 3 Stadiums, 3 Band if you really want to have a very high chance of beating them. That's an unfortunate energy to draw. All of our other energies are better. Oro Chris, thank you so much for the follow. So sad that it's an unplayable card. I'm just planting this here. Plant the seed. Try and get ourselves into a bigger hand. Maybe it's wrong for me to attach. Maybe we just go for the high roll Cynthia off the Instruct and try and get the switch and an attachment in the same turn, but we can't KO on Mad Cargo anyway. It has to be a Guzma, and we just didn't have the right energy for that. Hey, Guzma.
Guzms.
Would have high rolled energy attachment. Do I still play switch to try and protect? He's used a Lycan. He probably needs to Guzma though. Like he can Acerola or Goose. They oftentimes play more Guzmas than Acerolas. So if we're playing the odds, we're just passing. Play 2 Fairy Tapu Lele? That sounds like a lot. Yeah, you can play unit energies and Leles if you really want to. Or you can add a Weavile line. All of these things are reasonable. Returk, how's it going? Looks like he's lining up a Guzma. Maybe on Weavile here. He has the weakness policy in place.
At pace?
In place.
Oh. Just sworn you said at pace.
Christ.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
There's so many threats here. So this opens up counter energy to do a swing around KO here. If we have our policy in deck. Oh, sorry, our blower in deck, which I haven't checked. But it feels like a blowout if we do this and we actually have our thing in deck. This feels like it could be absolutely absurd this turn. Please be in deck. Oh, you're so dead, mate. You are so dead. Unbelievably dead. It's embarrassing how dead you are, mate. Didn't respect the counter energy. Oh, I even got the Nesticle. It's over for you. Dry your eyes, mate.
Stop.
I know it's hard to take. You just got to walk away now. It's over. This game is absolutely over. Lele better than Dedenne? Yes, because it's less slots, because I wouldn't play Coco. Well, we all know what's happening here, huh? Boop. Dry your eyes, mate. This is ridiculous. Sorry. Sorry about that. Zeta 25. You've been ad. Why have people been moving to Pheromosa over Coco as well, Jack? Do you know the reason?
No.
Is it for Kukui KOs on Rockruffs? Is that what it is? I can't think of anything else, like any other application.
If you're playing Mad Cargo, you can also play a Beast Energy. So you can one-shot Lycanroc with Kukui Choice Band Beast.
But no one does that.
But no one does that.
Yet.
It's not weak to fighting, but you're playing Zoroark anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, why'd you play Kukui? You've already got Stadium. Bruh. You just put down another ability.
Wow.
I count 4. That's like enough. Can we draw enough cards here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, that makes it guaranteed, huh? Pachoo! Didn't even need the smooth criminal. I count 4 abilities. The stadium bounce didn't even matter, but we've done it for swag points. Pachoo! For 2 more damage counters. That's why we did it. Where's third guy? I think he's working at the moment. I think. Right, let me, in the background, do some tinkering. And
Oh, is it Tinker time?
it's Toki time tinker o'clock. Are we using the beach, Jack?
If you don't mind, please. Yes. Let me load them as
Alright,
well.
so what do we have? Explosive impact, is that one we need to do?
If you scroll down and go to the English Aurora image
From where?
on the main page,
Hold on.
scroll down, you'll find Zora GX Thunder Mountain Prism Star from Lost Thunder.
Yeah.
Then at the bottom of that news article, there's the 3 sets that the set is comprised of.
Open link in new tab. Open link in new tab. Open link in new tab. Which one do I start on?
I went SM7A, so Thunderclap Spark, then Fairy Rise, and Explosive Impact.
Okay, let's do those things.
Cool. Are we there? Are we ready?
What do you mean?
Are we doing it now? Have you finished your game?
Yeah.
Oh, Nectar. Let me check I've finished my game. I finished my game. Cool. Let me close Pokemon. And let me look at Pokemon.
Uh-oh, display capture didn't work as I clicked display capture. Let's try display capture 2. That also didn't work. Crumbs. Oh, God's sake.
When are you letting me get back on? We've got plans for this week, but maybe next Wednesday if you're free, Kirk?
God damn it. Why is that not working? Ah! Okay, give me a sec. Display capture. Ah, I called it this, right? Why is none of them working? Ah! That's so annoying. No, not...
Not you, extreme winter sports calendar.
Okay, give me a sec. It's all gonna be okay. I just realised I need to throw stuff onto the other screen. I remember this is the issue I've had before. So if I was to do this now, it works. Yes. So we don't need a new source.
We were in the Matrix there. Holy pogs. That was incredible.
Let's make this bigger. Let's not make this bigger. Okay. Right, let's have a look at some Japanese scans. I've not looked at these for ages, so it's going to be like looking at them for the first time. So it genuinely is a first impressions video for some of these cards. So as always with the first impression video, we have to take things with a pinch of salt because we don't know if we're getting all these cards, and I'll talk about cards and then there may be a new card that makes me rethink about a card, so we'll see how it goes.
Wowie, new cards, poggers.
Alright. Grip and squeeze. Sounds terrible. It's nice artwork for Pinsir. Artwork appreciation is always a factor in the first impression.
But I tell you what, I looked through. There's one card that just looks incredible. I stopped scrolling after that card because it couldn't get better.
This Shuckle already looks great. Juice Extractor. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand onto your bench, search your deck for 3 basic energy and discard them. This is actually not a bad effect. It's a compressor for exactly energy cards. But it also takes a bench space. I don't think it's good enough to be played in Malamar or Blacephalon or anything like that. Potentially it's an engine for Feraligatr. Lol. So yeah, I don't think this has a home. Does this have a home, Jack? Is it for like a Kiawe deck potentially, so you can turn 1 Turtonator, Nitro Tank?
Huh.
Or Zerora also has Nitro Tank, but on lightning stuff?
No.
No?
Have you read the attack as well? Like it's kind of synergistic with itself.
Attach 2 basic energy from the discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. Okay.
So it's kind of synergistic with itself.
Energy drink. That's got a... I really hope that has the same text.
Energy drink. I think like people are saying in the chat, it's a cool Alolan Eggs card. I don't think that deck will be particularly good even with this card, but it definitely means it's probably maybe viable again, or at least worth testing again. But I think other than that, it's not great. It I've seen people compare this to Battle Compressor, and it's just not. So yeah, I can't see it being too impactful, but it's one of those abilities that you don't necessarily think it will be impactful until like an attack comes along in 2 or 3 sets time, which is kind of the case with everything I know, but this feels like it could be broken somehow, but right now I don't think there's anything to break it. This
isn't like a low key accelerator for like a Turbo Ray. There's no like comeback for a Turbo Ray or anything with this guy.
I can't see it really.
I think this acceleration's dangerous. It's all inbuilt. It feels really neat.
But it's for grass energy, so you have to be playing grasses like to begin with.
Yeah.
So is Lurantis not better because you're also doing damage?
It's a stage 1.
With 210 HP.
Yeah, but come on. This does it all for you.
Maybe it'll be good. I don't
Look
know.
at him!
I mean, look at him, yeah. I want to play him.
I think this has a lot of power. I like it. Okay. I just don't know when.
I mean, I don't think it's groundbreaking, but it's fine.
Oh my god. We've got Cocoon duplicates.
Greninja again.
Search your deck for up to 4 in any combination of Silcoon and Cascoon. So that's 1 more than Frogadier was capable of.
It is.
That's really powerful. If we don't have trash, do we have any current?
The next one's interesting, but the Beautifly is in the next set. So there's a Dustox in this set and a Beautifly in the next set. I think we have maybe one Beautifly. I don't know.
Get to see my internet in action. This is what happens when I have more than one tab open. Yeah, so there's currently no Dustox.
I'm pretty sure there's no Beautifly either, right?
Why is it looking at Volbeats? Yeah, Roaring Skies are both. Okay. So we have no previous pals for this, so we've got to look at the new ones. Cascoon, 140 hit points. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may leave your opponent's active paralyzed and poisoned. 3 counters instead of 1. That ain't bad. It's a nice ability. Gust is obviously a trash attack. Yeah, if we have a reasonably powerful Beautifly, we can have a good little deck going on here. Virizion GX.
Oh, Pock.
Draw 2 cards. Not quite as good as
start.
Lapras, but it's colourless. Grass.
Stop.
Does 50. If you play support this turn, 80 more damage. 130 for 2 is not bad. We do have Sun and Moon Lurantis to try and buff that.
Yeah, I mean, with one Sun and Moon Lurantis, that's 180 to a GX.
Yeah.
Choice band. That's pretty good.
Breeze away, put any number of your Pokemon in play, and all cards attach them into your hand.
You see that win condition on your bench? Pop it in your hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, loss condition. Pop it in your hand.
So it's like pseudo heal, and maybe like resetting some sort of
Hazard evolutions.
abilities. Yeah. What sort of abilities do we want to reuse? What do we want back in the hand that we can then spam the next turn?
Do this GX insane. Yeah, I think the GX deck is really good.
It's a colourless as well, so it's like it's a splashable.
Aggron Mill. Oh my god.
No, it has to be basics if we want to use it in a spamming way. Like, what did Mega Guardy use? We have like Let Loose Marshadows. We have. Yeah, that's it. But for Kartanas, yeah.
Yeah. It can pick itself up as well. It can pick itself up.
Oh, so you can do the swag points concede play.
You can also move.
So you can take every GX off your board and leave 2 non-GXs on your board.
Yeah. You can go into things like slacking, and it's a way of moving, like you say, moving GX off your board and then going into locks. I think slacking is the only one we have right now, but like that kind of thing.
It's a really interesting card.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Fire is nowhere, so the weakness is irrelevant.
Whoa, there's Blacephalon.
Oh, Blacephalon is in this set, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Look at that artwork. Look at him. Stroke his little head.
Which one, Skiddo or Go-Go?
Go-Go. Look at Skiddo. Yeah, that's a terrible artwork. That's just stock art. But that Go-Go. Go-Go Appreciation Society. Leaf Wallop. Okay, that's useless. Not worth looking at other than the artwork. We got a Bulu.
Tapu Baloo.
Grass, colourless, Hustle Punch, 20 times the amount of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Seen this before on other non-GXs. Hasn't been playable. Wild Tackle, 120. Flip Tails, 30 to self. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. I don't think it outclasses the Delmise that we have as a non-GX attacker. Potentially
no.
Hustle Punch is better.
I mean...
Bulu Counter Energy. I mean, we already have Flippity Flap or whatever the hell it is. Moltres, attach a fire energy from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon.
Now this is Artwork Appreciation Society. I love this art.
So
Look at
it's
his little squaw.
a bad version of Baby Yveltal, but for fires. Terrible. New Slugma, 80 hit points, so probably not playable. Because is there a 60 hit point Slugma? There isn't, right?
No.
Oh, so if there isn't a 60, then 80 is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
60 is
Yeah.
actually the best hit points to be again now
Yeah.
because of
They're
Elm.
gonna say Mad Cargo pretty much becomes unplayable again,
That's sad.
which is very sad.
Makago GX, however,
Oh,
this is a really interesting card. 210 hit point.
look at his little head.
Crush Charge. Once during a turn, you may discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a basic energy card, attach it to one of your Pokemon. So it's a means of accelerating.
Combo
It
combos with
is,
Celestial Storm.
yeah, it is the Ether trainer card that we got back in Boundaries Crossed on an ability
Mm-hmm.
per turn. And obviously we have the other Mag Cargo, which can stack the top of your deck to guarantee this.
And only running 4 Slugmas is no longer an issue as well because this set also has Ditto, so you
Yeah.
now have a 5th Slugma, which even like that little thing is probably enough for like a setup plus attack evolutions at the same line to work now because 5 is so much better than 4.
Yeah, juicy means of accelerating. And it can be any energy, it doesn't have to be fire,
Yeah,
even though these guys are
that's the other
fire.
thing.
So
Pretty cool.
that can be a universal accelerator, which is really awesome.
It is 2 stage 1s though.
But it's still a great draw engine and acceleration in one
Yeah.
package.
Plus, I think like its attacks are not awful either. I mean, they wouldn't like if you're not playing fire engine, they don't work, sure. But
50
like
discards
this is
any
a
number of basic energy from this Pokemon, 50 more for each discard in this way. Yeah, that's not a bad detonation attack.
detonate then reload.
Discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. Oh my god, it can even mill.
got
Houndoom
everything.
Mill gains the Mag Cargo engine and expanded. Broken.
Buy
Absolutely
your
broken.
Houndooms now.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool card. Very good as well. Good accelerator. Heatran, 60, 30 to one of your opponent's bench. Interesting. Heat Bazooka, 150. Discard the top 5 from your deck, so that's probably quite weak. Teeny. Pretty poor. If your opponent has any GX in play, this Pokemon has no retreat. That's really nice. A free retreating Litleo.
Look at his little head.
That could be a good card. There's a couple of interesting Pyros. This one doesn't look to be one of them. No, unfortunately not. Nice artwork again, though. Artwork appreciation is very important here. Lapras. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and return them on top of your deck in any order. Yes, yes, yes. So it's it's like a Pokedex. Is it Pokedex?
It's Captain Guzma, but looking at an extra card before you call on your own guru. It's incredible.
This is realistically quite poor, though.
Yeah, this art is
Oh,
it's so
appreciation.
different.
So
It's
important.
I don't feel we've ever had art like this. Just worth noting slightly.
We've got a Suicune. 110 hit points. Frozen Current. Once during a turn, if this Pokemon is your active, you may have your opponent switch their active for one on their bench. So it's half an escape rope, which is pretty cool. It's a repel, I guess, is
Yes, we have a name now.
the term. 70, heal 30 from itself. Not powerful enough. Also, the water decks already have Jet Geyser, which does the same thing on a much better basic. Insta Paralysis going second. 60 plus 60. We've seen these sorts of attacks before. Not good enough on a stage 1. Even with acceleration. White Curum. 30 discard to Stadium. 80 if it has any fire energy attached. 80 more. Again, awkward attachments. Feels weird. We're getting new Primarina. Nothing too much to say about the lower forms. When we attach an energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, you may attach up to 2 energy instead. So this is the ancient trait that we used to see on Primal Kyogre and a few others. Maybe a few others? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was a
Something else.
Whiscash
Anyway.
or something.
Yeah. Really quite weak, I think, on a stage 2. There's way better
I was
acceleration.
going to say it's definitely weak on a stage 2. I think the ability is very strong, but like, what does it? I guess it kind of synergizes with the other Primarina GX. But I don't think I don't think the deck's good enough.
If you have 2 up, you can do some fiery flint combos, which is cool. It doesn't specify water. We could have 2 Primarinas, fiery flint, attach 4 energy that turn.
No, because you can't
Not stackable.
attach.
No, terrible.
I mean, you can't attach more than 1 energy from your hand.
Embarrassing.
That's just a fundamental game mechanic.
Just embarrassing.
Brilliant. Look at this Brooksish art. This is the art I wanted to point out.
God.
Look at it.
That's something.
Incredible.
Track the wounded. Does 60 to one of your opponent's bench. That's funny.
Look at the flavour in that card.
That's going in the cube just for that artwork. Embarrassing.
Oh god, what is that? Exactly. Is it meant to be a piranha?
I don't know what it is. That's pretty weak. What else we got? Striker. Here we go. Here's a card.
Here we go.
Once during your turn, you may Oh, the Blitzel has 70 hit points. Do we have any 60 hit point Blitzels? That's actually a big deal.
No.
Damn, that's annoying. Look at him.
Zebra in format right now.
Why?
There's another one coming out, but
What? How is it still standing when its neck's been twisted off its head? What the hell is going on there?
which? What? The Zeb Striker?
No, the Blitzel. It looks like it's had its neck snapped. That's so wrong. That's bizarre. Okay. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand, then draw 4 cards. It's exactly what the Rotom deck needs to be good. But realistically, what do you think about this, Jack? As a lot of people tout this as a replacement for Octillery or Oranguru. What decks can it be played in? What sort of adaptations do decks have to do to have this sort of effect and not be wrecked by it?
I don't. See, like theoretically, you have a similar. It's a similar mindset as like Oranguru because you want to be at a low hand size for Oranguru. So, if you want to be at a low hand size for Oranguru, it kind of is you're in a similar situation with this. But I don't know that it's worth running a stage 1 line and then also discarding cards. I think the card is very good, and I think it will see play. But I don't know how people are going to build around it yet, and how frequently people are going to end up using it. I think it is really good. We need something like this because the format it feels super inconsistent and super slow, and we have no good draw supporters anymore. So I don't mind having Pokemon draw. I like being able to set up a board and having a Zeb Striker out and my cargo out and that kind of thing. That's cool. But I don't know, it's such a strong effect. It's such an impactful effect, discarding your hand and drawing 4. It is essentially the same as Oranguru and Octillery because you don't want to be using it if you have a big hand. But also, it sometimes you're just not going to be able to use it because you've drawn your 3 gizmos. You're like, well,
I was going to say that. I mean, if you're playing Zeb Striker, you've got to play 2 Stretcher, 2 Palpad, I think.
Yeah. Shrine decks.
But it just
it's fine.
I like motoring. I like just saying goodbye, new hand. I like that a lot. I think it's really strong. And it's obviously got discard synergy with things that like the discard.
Yeah. I'm not saying I think it's bad. I think it's actually pretty good, but it's just a very, from the format we're in right now, you have to think about this is such a huge card for the format. I don't know how things are going to change because I think it probably will change things quite a bit.
I think one thing to note is it's probably going to see less play than Octillery off the bat, just because Brooklet Hill was a big enabler for Octillery, big enabler.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Blitzels are 70 hit points. So I think even if Zeb Striker's ability on paper is better than Octillery's on paper,
do you
it's
think
less searchable, which is awkward. I don't know. I think it is probably overall better, but it makes you also change your own list a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. I think it's very very good for the format, but it's I don't know. It's just while it's very similar in style to Auxiliary, it's also one so different from any ability we've had in a long time. But two so different from Auxiliary at the same time. You can't really be like, oh well, I'll just take my old list that had a 2-2 Auxiliary and just throw in a 2-2 Zeb Striker, because actually you'll probably find that you're not using Zeb Striker anywhere near as much because you're discarding all the stuff you need. So they're very similar and very different cards, which is really weird.
But
But I
definitely
like it.
powerful.
Yeah, I like it.
And obviously, bin synergy is always a good thing in Pokemon.
Binergies.
Binergy cards. Since 10 times the amount of counts on this Pokemon, terrible. New Coco, 1 retreat cost, annoyingly. It's a Strafer. Yeah, that's pretty trash. Zeraora GX, not trash. 190 hit point basic GX that has the combination of 3 very, very powerful things that we've seen on previous cards. Its ability...
Three cards that have won tournaments in the past.
3 cards that have been on top of the game in the past sometimes. Electric Zone, each of your Pokemon has any lightning energy attached, has no retreat.
Hello, Darkrai.
The last time we saw this on something with a good amount of hit points, it was the best card in the format for 2 years. So
pretty much its whole lifetime, right?
Yeah. Lightning, colorless, Plasma Fists, 160. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. This is
Hello, Buzzwole,
and Lapras, most importantly.
Most importantly, the card that's dominated the format for exactly 1 week now.
Yeah, dominated Wakefield for 1 week, 1 day.
But yeah, this is Buzzwole's attack, and we've seen that this attack works. We have Guzma, we have Acerola, we have Switch and Escape Rope, we have Dawn Wings, we have loads of ways to completely negate this text. And 160 means Choice Band 190 is a fantastic number to be hitting right now.
And this is even
from looking at this
more
card.
buffable with other cards that we'll see later as well, which is huge.
It is.
Full Voltage GX, attach 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way that you like. It's Nitro Tank. Again, just really insane. Reload, or even just turn like 1 setup potential.
Another thing worth noting is it's basic energy cards, not basic fire, so you can run units with this, and it can be a GX attack for metal and psychic types as well.
Wait, what?
Which is cool. It's not lightning energy; it's 5 basic energy, so it doesn't. So you can.
Oh, you're saying if you attach the unit to this guy?
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
So it's like it's even better than Nitro Tank as well, which is cool.
So this card is unstoppably powerful until you look at the fighting weakness down here, which really is going to skew things in a strange direction, because we're going to have Zoroark and Zeraora. Both very powerful cards, both weak to fighting. Now, we do still have Malamar as a check to some fighting stuff, but I can just see fighting coming back because of this. Because I can't see people not playing this, because it's, again, in a vacuum. Redunculous.
This card is like, considering, okay, we've had Ray, and we didn't, like, you have to look at Buzzwole in a different way, but I think this is one of the most powerful cards they've printed in a while. It's bonkers how versatile, this is, but also how, like, it's not just a support Pokemon, it's an attacker as well. So you can have 3 Zeroras out, and if you have 3 Zeroras out, they can't deal with your free retreat, they can't deal with your attacker, and you have recovery. And it's just like, it's crazy. I think this card is really, really good. Obviously, like you say, we have it's weak to fighting, but as you'll see from a card we look at later on, you can actually weakness policy this and still hit insane numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty nutty.
And that, I think, is one thing that I really think is useful, because hitting 190 with a weakness policy is crazy good.
Really?
Because
strong.
No one's playing Field Blower, which maybe means Field Blower comes back in. Because I think this could be oppressive enough to build a format like that.
This probably does get the Artwork Appreciation Award, this Onyx here.
For this set, definitely, yeah.
Absolutely awesome artwork. Memery and, like, just really cool flavour all in the same artwork, which is awesome.
dodging all those Diglets.
And it's actually been played
Yeah.
in Malamar decks because Land Crush is just a flat 120 and it's a fighting type. And
Prefer it to
it's.
Marshadow?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I really do because Marshall is a big old liability and this isn't. So, there you go. Good card.
Next.
And it's going to be hilarious to see that come down.
Mm.
A new Diglett that sees play
Look
over
at
the
Rudolph.
other Diglett. No reason to play
Rudolph.
Dugtrio. Steelix.
Garbage.
Garbage. Dialga. Devolve your opponent's active Pokemon. That's actually pretty annoying. 60 in Devolve, especially if people are going to be playing Elm. 60 in Devolve is a very dangerous combo.
I can see this in some metal decks.
I can definitely see this being played.
Power Blast is a good number as well,
Power Blast is 130.
considering you don't care about the attack cost.
This is a really reasonable card. I think
Yeah,
this is
I think
pretty
it's
good.
fine.
Metagross with Dialga. Man, Dialga could be the way that Metagross actually beats Zoroark decks now. Just
Just two
turn by
two
turn,
Dialgas that they can't deal with.
turn
Because
by
they're
turn,
losing
you
there.
crush away their. They lose a Zoroark a turn, basically, which is really good.
That's mad. This essentially says 3 for 210, you take one less prize.
What do you mean? Wait, what? Take a prize.
Yeah. But you're effectively killing a Zoroark, so it's
Oh,
not
right,
doing
right.
210 damage, but you're
Oh,
taking
I
one
hear you
prize,
now. Yeah, sorry. I didn't.
which is like when you put it like that is also insane.
Yeah. We gain
Interesting.
a Durant that can mill. It's only 2 cards in the top of your opponent's deck. I don't think there's enough mill tools in the format. Potentially a finisher in some other mill variant, but I don't think it's going to be like quad Durant that we've seen previously.
No. Does choice
Cobalion.
effect evolve? I think
You
choice band
deal damage first, then
you deal
you
damage
do all effects,
and
then you
like
check for
complete effects,
knockouts.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yes, it would. So you could kill 70 HP stuff as well.
yeah.
You have a question about Dialga? Okay, play it in
Shoot.
Duskmane Magnezone for the mirror. I mean, you play it in Duskmane Magnezone for more than just the mirror. You play it in Duskmane Magnezone because it's a good card.
The Cobalion's a little bit shabby.
Shabam.
Genesect GX.
Now, this is the artwork non-appreciation society, so this looks boring as hell.
Yeah, that's pretty weak. That's stock artwork. Okay, double cassette. You may attach up to 2 tool cards to this Pokemon. That's really awesome. So again, we've seen this on Ancient Traits. Double choice banding pushes Blast Bomb up to 190. And Break Buster does 190 and doesn't apply resistance. So this can get pretty big as well. So
250.
you could play double Frying Pan and reduce 60, which is also pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a card for Gorgeist, potentially. We've seen a Sigilyph that can hold 4 tools. This can be holding 2 tools and help you thin your hand. Double Hustle Belt.
Oh my god.
You can put on double a skateboard and have free retreat, which is pretty cool. I don't
Unreal,
think
though. Do you like this card?
I don't think it has it's too expensive attack cost wise.
I don't see any reason to play this card over like like initially about 2 sets ago we would have been like, oh, mid-range attacker, this is probably fine, but now we have stack attacker. Yes, it does 10 less damage, but you have an inbuilt resistance to everything for 20, plus your Duskmanes, your other stackers. They'll have inbuilt resistance as well. I just don't see any reason to play this.
Mm-hmm.
The GX attack I don't think is good. It's just 3 for 190 when we've just said how easy it is for a regular attack to be hitting 190 at the moment. It's just meh.
We have the Ditto Prism Star, which I think is one of the best cards I've ever seen. Like, legitimately ever seen. This card is so good.
I think it could be the best card in the set.
If you're playing any evolution deck, I think you play Ditto Prism Star, just hands down. Like, even if you're playing one evolution line, I think you just played Ditto Prism Star in it to be a 5th basic all of the time. This card is so insane. 40 hit points. Ability, evolve into anything. During your turn, you may play a stage 1 evolution card from your hand onto this Pokemon to evolve it, excluding your first turn and the turn this Pokemon comes into play.
This card is like, we've still got 2 sets to go, so maybe I'm forgetting something, but I'm pretty sure this card is probably going to be the best Pokemon in the set at least.
Very, very
It
good
opens
card.
up, it opens up so many avenues. It makes like Zoro. Oh, just the possibilities for Zoro are insane. This is a Slugma and a Wimpod, for example, and a Zorua all at the same time. And if they're dealing with this, they're not dealing with your Zoruas or your Wimpods or your Slugmas. So, it's like got a target on its back anyway, but you don't want it being targeted because then they're not targeting the actual threats, which are your actual Pokemon. Yes, this is more of a threat, but at the same time, like, just being able to get more of them down. This, like, you pretty much have to deal with this as soon as you can if you see it and can deal with it because it could be anything.
Yeah.
Oh, this card is so
really cool surprise
good.
factor. Really powerful.
So good. Good thing you need to pick one up as well. Yeah. Because I think these cards would be like gold dust.
Kecleon can be grass, fire, water. Does 20 if your opponent's active as an evolved Pokemon, 50 more damage. So we can do 180 hitting for weakness on
Grass, water,
grass, water,
fires.
fire, but only if they're evolved. And if they're evolved, they'll have more than 180. So I think
Ish.
it could be like a shrine one of maybe if you're struggling against some of these types or if there's a relevant type.
But at the same time, if you're struggling against one of those types, can't you just run a like? There's probably going to be a better attacker than this
But I
that you
mean, this
can
is
run as unit
colorless and one
energies anyway.
attachment. Colorless and one attachment makes
Yeah,
it versatile.
true.
Definitely better than previous Kecleons that we've seen because this is so cheap.
I mean, I still don't think it'll see play, but yeah.
Okay, E-Switch is back. Electric Power is a trainer card.
Do you
Not a
guys
tool, it's an
remember?
item.
Do you guys remember Plus Power? This is 3 of them, and you can run 4, so you can now run 12 Plus Powers in your deck. Just getting that out there to begin with. That take up less space in your deck.
Is Plus Power still in format?
No.
Can't play 16 Plus Powers. Shame.
But yeah, this means Aurora can have a weakness policy and can still hit 190 or 220 or 250 against fighting stuffs, which is a little bit broken. I think this card is good enough for us to actually go back and look at a lot of other lightning types as well, because this card is like. This card is better than damage-wise. This is better than Kukui, which is a supporter.
Yep.
This card is really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
And Choice Band is only to GXs. This means that you can push into non-GX territory much easier.
You can also, again, say you can also combine this with Choice Band for a plus 60 before looking at the actual number on the card.
Yeah. So things like Tapu Koko, definitely worth a revisit.
Yeah, I think Coco is so good with this card. It's crazy. You hit 190 with you can cycle them.
Even the Lantern can become an attacker. You can play the Lantern to retain your energies, and it can actually do enough damage when you have electric powers and
It's
choice
literally like
bands.
Lapras Quagsire. It's literally Lapras Quagsire 2.0.
Absolutely broken. We've done it already, boys. Plus or mine and shrine electric power resource management. Insane. Yeah, this is a very, very powerful item. Really
Yeah, I
incredible.
think this is very, very strong.
Custom Catcher is the next one. If you play one of these, draw from your deck until you have 3 cards in your hand, which is an
That's a
instruct
guru.
from Orangaroo.
Hello,
So
Joe.
not bad as a late
Joe
game
sold.
option. If you have 2 of them, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with their active, which is the effective old Catcher or Lysander. So it's like the puzzle thing. I can see it being a card in Zoroark just because you can accumulate and have those gusts and also play an Acerola on the same turn, like we've seen how Max Potion Scene play. I could see this even being in other aggressive decks because you still have the play one of them. It is a lot of slots, but I think the gust effect is so powerful that you can't discredit it a lot of the time. If you're using puzzles, you're oftentimes looking for Guzmas and stuff, so some decks in Japan use it with Fairy Ninetales. That's also very true. You can just scout these straight away with Fairy Ninetales and have as a gust and still be able to use your supporter. So there's a lot of powerful potential with this card.
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know. I like it's not puzzle level broken that it was in Zoroark, but I actually don't know for sure that it will be played in Zoroark because it is still a lot of slots.
No.
Like,
I'm saying it can be in a
yeah,
similar
yeah,
way
yeah.
that.
But I don't know. I like these. I like these kind of effects. I like taking the risk of having or using more slots in your deck, but if you're able to fit the puzzle pieces together, well, not the puzzle piece, the capture pieces together, you have a really strong effect. That's a cool kind of effect, I think. It's a bit like meh for the game because did you draw two custom capture before your opponent? No, you didn't. Oh, well, you just got Lysandered. But it's not as broken as puzzle was because the other broken thing about puzzle was the fact that you could trade away resources early game and then puzzle them back, whereas this you still have the painful trades with this card. It's not like you're able to trade away DCs to then puzzle them back later on. You have to this is a different effect, so it could see play. I'm not sold, but I think it's a pretty cool effect. Good with Sylveon GX. I mean, Sylveon doesn't take prizes, so Custom Catcher is just better. Not Custom Catcher, Counter Catcher is just better.
Yeah.
Almost always. After, well, if they're not taking prizes, then sure, but I think Counter Catcher is far superior in Sylveon.
Mix Herb is like a bad version because we have things like Acerola, so it's not worth trying to accumulate these. Play one, get a special condition gone. Play two, remove all special conditions and heal 90. Don't think it's strong enough.
No, I'm not sold.
Counter gain, as long as you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, the attacks of Pokemon this card is attached to cost one colorless less. So this is comparable to Counter Energy, and now you can actually Counter Energy and Counter Gain in the same turn to get like a ridiculous swing.
Worth noting, this works on EXs and GXs though.
This does work on EXs and GXs, which is definitely worth noting. And this is an insta-play card that you can just
like this
put on your board.
I really like this card.
I think it's potentially very dangerous.
Yeah.
Counter gain Lycanroc. Oh my goodness, that is pretty pogs. Dangerous Rogue for one. Holy. Yeah, this is really
scary.
good.
It's so scary.
Anytime there's an effect like this, it really is something to be worried about. Counter gain on Genesect. It only removes a colorless energy, so the Genesect would still need 2 metals. Even if you had 2 counter gains on. But yeah.
Still though, I think this card is very, very strong.
Yep.
Not only for lower tier stuff becoming better, but also, like you say, a Lycanroc. It means Zoroarks can hit for 1 energy. There's you can look at every single card again now and be like, oh, well, this actually costs 1 less. It's really interesting.
Counter gain Regigigas. Oh wow, that is a really powerful card. I completely forgot this card existed. It's insane.
Think about the channel lists, Joe.
Holy.
Counter energy list number 17. Counter gain list number 17.
Mark makes a great point. I don't know why you mentioned Zoroark, but there you go.
I mean, if you can attach a fighting energy instead of a DCE, it still counts, right? I mean,
Cat Ely. Who the hell is this? Is this one of the Elite Four? I don't know who this is. Okay, draw 2 cards.
Flying Lady.
We're off to a great start. Flip a coin of heads. Put this back into your hand instead of discarding it. This is really bad. This is really bad. Flip a coin. Holy. Yeah, that's terrible. Sightseer. Draw cards from your hand until you have 5. Sorry, draw until you have 5. Before drawing, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. So this is like a one-off use of Zeb Striker. I think this is also really good. Discard synergies. It's similar to Sophocles in a way.
This saw a lot of play in Japan.
But the fact that you can just be like, okay, dump and get me a fresh 5 is pretty strong. Yeah, I think this is really good. Yeah, man, that's really cool. Good card. Lots of potential partners for this.
Draw supporters again.
Dump and draw. Good old. The return. Okay. Thunder Mountain Prism Star. So we're gaining Prism Stadiums. They all come with the caveat that as long as this stadium's in play, whenever a player uses an item or supporter, prevent all effects of those cards done to the stadium. So this is a stadium that can only be bounced by physical other stadiums, which makes it a lot more like to stay in play, and actually shifts the meta towards people needing to play physical stadium cards, and maybe pushes spaces like Field Blower out of the format, which is pretty important and worth noting. This wait. Where does it say the effect? Oh yeah, each the attacks of each player's lightning Pokemon cost 1 less. So that busted Zorora and that Tapu Koko can now attack for 2 energy cards.
With a counter gain, Zorora can do 160 for 1.
Yeah.
And still, it doesn't matter because you can still hit 190
Still
with
buff.
triple plus power. To be fair though, I like how many archetypes it looks like this set is bringing. There's so many good cards. It feels like it's going to really open up new decks. Attacks can get rid of Prism Stadiums too, yeah, but there aren't really many very like relevant attacks that are discarding stadiums at the same time. Maybe we need to reevaluate those attacks now.
Yeah, this is really insane. Like, it's just insta-played in every Lightning deck. We've seen this be insane with, what's it called? Good old D-Valley. And that was just reducing a colorless cost. This is a lightning cost reduction. Even better. Really, really good. Really good. It's still... The thing is, even if it doesn't stay... Like, if it stays in play for 2 turns, the value is off the charts insane. If it stays in play for 1 turn, you still got insane value. Yeah, really, really insane.
I like the flavor of all of these sets, all of these cards as well. It's cool that each type it looks like it's getting a stadium.
Yeah. So the big takeaways from this is Aurora looks to be the biggest standout new archetype. Magcargo is interesting for draw.
Ditto's broken.
Ditto very good in stage 1 decks, especially.
And a new good draw supporter.
New good draw supporter.
Very good.
Yeah. And counter gain or whatever it is.
And counter gain, yes.
Okay. Let's look at Fairy Rise. Let me get rid of this. Tangela is
Look at
terrible.
this art. Incredible.
Which one? The Tangela?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. Tangrowth is pretty weak.
Grovyle.
60 hit point Trico that can also find yourself a grass Pokemon. Put it into the hand.
Find yourself a Grovyle, correct?
That's pretty cool. Grovyle has an excellent ability. Once during your turn, you may select your deck for a grass Pokemon reveal it and put it into your hand. This reminds me of Gabite that we used to have for what's it called?
Well, this is the same as
Garchomp.
Shiinotic, right? This is the same as Shiinotic, but then can evolve into a good attacker.
It's not the same as Shiinotic because it's once per... Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my
It's
god.
the exact same as Shiinotic. And remember how we hyped
Oh
that card?
my god. That's incredible.
So yeah, we've got a new Shiinotic that actually evolves into a good attacker, and is has auto wins against Ultra Beasts because we have the old Sceptile, which means it also has a non-EX answer already, and on top of that, so Sceptile GX is very good as well.
Whoa. Okay, so this format's gonna get so weird.
There are
Zerora and Zoroark get protected by Sceptile and
yes,
Malamar.
yes, it's crazy. I love this set. This
This is
set,
so
210
weird. This
cards,
is so weird.
210 cards.
Okay, Sceptile as well. Standalone is so insane. I think this card is insane as well. So
It's
stage
crazy.
2 has Mat Cut 60 and discard a special from your opponent's active. That's already so annoying for Zoroark decks. I think in a similar way that we had Broken Guardi, we could try Broken Sceptile and try and out resource Zoroark players. Leaf Cyclone is amazing as well. 130 for 2 grass. Move grass from this Pokemon to one of your benched, which is Y Cyclone, but for 2 basic energy cards with more damage output as well, which is also absolutely absurd. Um, it's gonna. Well, it's also the correct typing, so the sort of Buzz stuff can't even play Lycanroc to try and win the matchup. They'll still just lose. Jungle Heal GX, heal all damage from each of your Pokemon with any grass energy attached to them. Also going to be really
Crazy.
annoying for Shrine decks. Again, helps you with the healing and disruption approach against Zoroark players. So I feel like this
This
would.
card is good.
I
I
feel like
feel
this
like this
this
card is.
loses to Zerora, but that's about it. Like, wow, that's really powerful. It actually is Garchomp Altaria. Yeah, it's a way better Garchomp Altaria. Really, really cool card. We also have to remember as well that we have Leafeon
I was
GX.
just about to say this. Yeah, we also have Leafeon, so you can turn
So
one
you
Leafeon into turn two three Sunshine
yeah,
Graces.
so you
Hello.
go attach to Eevee, Elm, get all your Groviles, and then you have guaranteed Sceptiles next turn because of the abilities.
Plus the heal from Leafeon as well.
Plus the free heals. Busted. Cool. Oh, here we go. We get the okay. So even the Silcoon has the same
Yeah, they have the same thing.
attack. So you have so you even have more outs to do the duplicates than you did with Greninja.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mark. Ugh.
Mark, the Leafeon was really bad because you still had to like we tried it with Decidueye and it didn't work because you still just like Candy was just better. But now when you have the Groviles, you can guarantee the Sceptiles, and that's pretty reasonable. Okay, Beautifly does 50 to one of your opponent's Pokemon for a grass. And Butterfly Edge 30 if your opponent's active. Sorry, if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, prevent all effective attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon, during your next turn. So its damage output is terrible. So this whole thing, Silcoon, Cascoon, just isn't going to work. This sucks.
I mean, that's probably not a bad thing. But...
Boo! Okay, Ninjask. When you play this card to evolve, you may find a Shedinja from your discard pile and put it onto your bench. It does 40. Flip a coin if heads 40 more.
The Shedinja is a life. We'll come to. We'll
Yeah.
come to it anyway. But the Shedinja is your life. Shedinja is a life due.
Combi can find 3 other Combis and put them on the bench, which is synergistic with the Vespiquen, which does 120 if you have 5 grass Pokemon. If you don't, it does nothing. I think this card is pretty weak because even if you play like Vespiquen, you can even play like Grovyle and one or two, like just one Sceptile to win against Ultra Beast decks. I still think you're not doing enough.
Why does this have 2 retreat when the other one had 3 retreat? That's my question.
Yeah, it's 120 for 1. Although it is powerful, it's not powerful enough, and you can just lose to someone playing Sudowoodo against you. You can heal 20 from your active grass. We've seen this on Manaphy when you attach energy cards, but this is slightly better, but still pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
Can combine with Mark's favourite card, Leafeon GX, to give you additional heals, though. We have another Vulpix, which has amazing artwork. 10 out of 10. If you have any fairy Pokemon in play, there's no retreat. But
Have you read that this is actually what foxes do?
Yeah,
In
I've
the,
seen
in
it.
the snow, they like headbutt the snow.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It's not adorable. They're hunting. They're catching stuff, Jack.
That's adorable. Learning to live in the wild.
Embarrassing. Unfortunately, we'll never get to see this beautiful artwork because it's not as good as the other one. Shedinja, 40 hit points. Has Life Vessel. Once during a turn, you may discard all cards attached to this Pokemon. And attach it to one of your Pokemon as a tool. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, your opponent takes one fewer prize cards. So it's a life do.
Yeah. Too bad Ninja sucks.
Yeah. And I don't think it's worth trying to set up a bunch of... Like, you could still manually just go Ninkadas into Shedinjas. I don't think that's worthwhile, is it?
No.
Zoro Shedinja and just have your Zoros get knocked out for one prize card.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty fun, actually. Pretty busted. Okay.
Embarrassing.
If you go first, you can use the attack in your first turn. Search your deck for any one card and put it into your hand.
Fast hunt. Speed.
Speedy find.
Bad.
Okay, pretty bad. Giratina.
Giratina.
Oh, yes. Look at him. Looking powerful.
He does look powerful.
Torn Door. Once during a turn, if this... Oh, Shedinja Genesect. Someone's getting spicy. Once during a turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it onto your bench. Then put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So, this is insane. You get some extra... So, like, it has insta synergy with acrobikes and other discard mechanics, and it's able to pull itself out at any time to be 2 extra counters. And this can be... Obviously, it's only on the bench, which is slightly annoying, but it can skew some math in a really cool way. It can be nice with, like, Bannettes and other spread cards, like Tapu Koko and Shrine stuff. I think it's also really nice for Malamar, obviously because it can also attack and do 130 for 3. You put 4 counters on one of your own Pokemon, but I don't think that's the worst. This has been used as a pseudo plus power in a lot of different decks from what I saw in Japan.
There we go. Someone said it. 4 of these in expanded Mega Guardi.
There it is.
That sounds absolutely dirt. It sounds horrid.
The free setup damage that you
don't
can
care
get every
about
turn.
not being able to run Skyfield anymore because you want to play D-Valley because you're just doing an extra 8 damage a turn anyway.
Broken.
So Canic League Cup, I'm coming for you.
Geo73X, thanks so much for the follow. Expanded in EU. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really cool card. Really interesting design as well. Like, if you remember Crobat G, this is like always there for you. You can have the threat of a Crobat drop at the perfect time whenever you want it, which is so good. So, and it really is excellent. Really cool card. Siglif GX, 170 hit point basic, mirror counter. If this Pokemon is your active and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX, even if it's knocked out, put damage counters on the attacking Pokemon equal to the damage done to this Pokemon. That's pretty scary.
That ability is really strong. Really strong.
So it's going to be really annoying for one-hit KO decks. Zoro decks, after they hit 120, they only have 120 left, for example. And like the Zeroras and the Cocos and stuff, they're putting themselves at risk a lot of the time, so...
The Sonic Wing goes through resistance as well, so you can actually use this as an attacker as well, which is funny.
So this is going to be really annoying. This is a good strafe card, an excellent strafe card. We haven't had many strafe cards in a long time.
This is a really strong Strafe card. Blows up Zorora. It does. This card is. I think this card is quite scary.
It's lightning weak, yeah, so you can tie Zorora every time if you want to.
You have to include non-GXs going forward. I mean, we're kind of at that point in the format anyway, because of like Baby Buzz, and we're kind of in that sort of format anyway. But yeah, this card is crazy. Oh, someone's literally just said that. I think it's. I remember when I first saw this, I messaged you, Joe, and I was like, "Wait, isn't this just broken?"
This is really scary, this card. I mean, people aren't just going to be stupid and lose to this, right? But this ability is
No.
really good. This ability is just so scary. How do we play around it well? I mean, you can't just sit there doing nothing, right? You can't just be like a mill deck. You need to be pressurizing with Sonic Wings so they actually have to attack it. Its attack itself isn't that threatening. Yeah, everyone's saying a load of muck. Like, obviously there is the counter, so it's never going to be like top tier. But if only we had a supporter that switches. Yeah. Quad Siglith though. What if you play quad? It's going to be an annoying card. A load of muck's going to combo with Ditto and also be a Ditto counter. That's true. Yeah, interesting card though. Definitely worth toying with. Quad Sigalith. Interesting. Okay. Every deck has non-GXs. Yeah, but the non-GXs can rarely one-hit KO this guy. Especially with nice fighting resist.
Interesting.
Okay. Discard as many of your bench Pokemon as you like. 30 more for each bench Pokemon you discard in this way. Oh my god, Jack. It's
It's
back.
back. It's back, and we can counter gain or counter energy this card.
Mega Guardy's back. So Cofagrigus with Tina and Let Loose and all those shenanigans. Definitely could be fun. I think counter gain will be one thing trying to keep it relevant. Plus 30 for each you discarded. So you got to keep one.
So you're doing 120,
So you're doing 120.
130, 160 with the choice band, so you can't play counter gain.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward because you need to have a lot of reload as well.
Yeah, I don't like it too much.
Yeah, it's not that strong.
Because it doesn't tank a hit either.
Too much work.
Spiral of Pain.
Okay. Artwork appreciation, 10 out of 10. Put 4 counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like.
Oh, it does
20
cool
times the amount of damage counters on all your opponent's Pokemon. Very weak. It's like a Honchkrow. Meloetta. Flip a coin for each Pokemon that have the Sing attack. Just 10 times number of heads. That sounds flavorful but terrible. Here we go. Fairy Alolan Ninetales GX.
Look at its majesty.
200 hit points, stage 1. Weak to metal, resistance to fighting. Dark. Mysterious Guidance. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during a turn, you may set your deck for up to 2 item cards, reveal them, put them into your hand.
Candy, Decidueye, Decitails is back.
Yeah. Beacon on 1.
For you 2 Decidueyes.
2 candies on 2.
Busted.
Not just Decidueye, could be in lots, like all Stage 2 decks.
Mm-hmm.
Do all Stage 2 decks just use a Beacon plus Ninetales engine now?
Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me.
Is that what's happening in Japan? I've not been paying attention.
I know this is seeing a lot of play.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily what with.
I
We
think
need to see
Buzzwole
with.
Ninetales is the big thing as well, because you just grab B
But
strings.
yeah, I mean, tutoring 2B strings is kind of broken.
Really broken. Beacon on 1, Judge on 1, press concede. um,
So yeah, Buzzrock Tails,
there's a lot of
Zoro
applications here.
Ninetales, Decidueye Ninetales.
Yeah, as a
It,
setup
it,
card and as a like combo
it looks like
maker,
it's
it's
it looks like
really
it's not seeing
potent.
too much play.
It seems really potent though, just because of Beacon's power anyway.
Yes.
Its attacks aren't the worst either. 70 and 30 to one of your opponent's bench. Sublimation GX, if your opponent's active is an Ultra Beast, it's knocked out. See you later.
It's like they printed B string, then they were like, "Oh, sorry, sorry."
You can just evolve from the Ditto. Yeah, of course. Everything. Like, we have to say that about everything, right? I'm not going to put Ditto on every slide that we talked about, but it'll be a thing. Double Ninetales for the Clovers. Excellent. Imagine the fear.
I think
Brooklet
this
Hill,
card is
Vulpix with
very
Buzz.
good.
Yeah, the combo's all there. It makes sense.
I think this card is very good.
Yeah, awesome card. 'Cause it's not even bad, like, early game. Because you can be like, oh, let me just find Choice Band and like Acrobike to get me out of my crumb hand.
Ball search card. It's a ball search. Like, this is a search for 2 Pokemon if you want it to be.
Yeah. Best friend and worst enemy of Buzzwell. Turn 2 victory, Pogs.
Like, it feels like there's so many decks open up with this cert.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Like, just Thunderclap Spark, we talked about 2 different archetypes plus 3 very, very strong cards. This is another set which has at least 1 archetype plus 2 very strong cards before we even got to the trainers.
Jack, look at him.
Look at his head.
Look at his little head. I'm excited.
What's this little routes?
Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. That's not a bad attack. If that had 60 hit points, my goodness.
Beacon. Not Beacon. Beacon.
Beckon, come here, little supporter. I'm beckoning you over into my little pond, wherever the hell I am. Rolts, Curlier. What does Guardy do? Oh, good. we've got another card that can do Sylveon stuff. Oh dear.
I mean, this one's trash though because it's stage 2.
Yeah.
Attack's cool.
Dedenne. Yeah, pretty weak. Carbink.
Stock art, so probably bad.
Hey, it's the counter to every ability deck ever. Broken. What cards don't have abilities? Buzzwell. Oh, crumbs.
Oh, crumb.
Xerneas Prism Star, please be the best card in the game ever printed. 160 hit points is insane. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active, you may move any number of energy cards from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. So
It's got bust in.
Bust in. That's awesome. 160. And you can't use Bright Horns next turn. This card isn't bad.
I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's actually really good in fairy decks as like a late game finisher. Or an early game attack, like an early game 160. I think this usually takes 2 prizes, which is...
Yeah, really nice card. Nice one
really
off for fairy
good.
decks.
The ability works with Guzma, so you can Guzma up something and still get Life Road.
This card is just very powerful. Yeah.
It's a very, very strong card.
So much hit points on a non-GX. Very solid. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, whenever your opponent plays his Porter, prevent all effects done to your fairy Pokemon in play.
Ribombe.
Look at him!
He's so
I love
active.
Rabombe as well. Rabombe was like in my team the very first time I ran through Sun and Moon. So good.
It's
Look
so
at
simple, but
him!
it's such a cool design.
So what supporters? So we're protecting ourselves from getting Guzma'd.
Which sounds not great
Hello?
for a stage 1 that dies to Buzz. Doesn't sound great.
Not getting Guzma'd though.
Mm.
Don't give me that.
I mean, okay,
Jack, you can't get Guzma'd.
you can't get Guzma'd, but this just dies to Buzz.
To what?
Buzz
Getting Guzma'd? Embarrassing.
Lycanrocs.
Yeah, Lycanroc is annoying. That's one deck. It's getting pushed out by Sceptile.
It's 2 decks. It's Zoroark as well.
Zoroark. You can elm the basic and the stage 1. Oh, now someone's using their brain. A man of...
Isn't it basic?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely...
I thought it was. Wait, is it basic Pokemon with
I
Elm?
don't know, I'm going to have to read it. Incredible.
Oh my god, Ribombe is broken.
That could be bring back a Alolan Dugtrio. Oh my.
Ribombe.
Shinotic, if this Pokemon is your active and is damaged, they're asleep, whatever. That's funny but poor. Mimikyu, GX, can confuse. 10 plus 30 for each counter on your opponent's active. Shuffle one of your opponent's bench Pokemon all cards into their deck. So it's same as Feeny, but
Feeny.
bench instead of active. So you can crumb their setup even more likely now without the need for Guzmas. Not a bad potential one of like we saw Feeny used against other like setup stuff, but that's probably about it.
This has Wobbuffet's attack. Why aren't you going mental?
It's 30 more. Whew.
Exactly, it's better.
Even better. No weakness. Whew. Yeah, maybe there's more to this card.
I think it's cool. I don't think it's busted, but I think it's cool.
I can definitely see it being a one-off in Fairy Stuff. So Fairy Stuff gains this and Prism. That's really cool for like flexibility.
Yeah.
Tapu Lele, a fairy one.
Charm.
Once during your turn, when you attach a fairy charm to this Pokemon,
Jeez.
you may leave your opponent's active confused. Fairy charm does something that we'll find out in a minute.
Yes.
Tapu Fini. That's poor and poor. Kecleon. This one can be fighting dark and fairy.
Mm-hmm.
We know that hitting for fighting and no, just fighting is worthwhile. And gentle slap does 60, which is not enough. Embarrassing.
Same situation as the other Kecleon, really, isn't it? This is 2 energy, which is worse, but it is DCable. But yeah, it feels like it's in a similar spot.
Mm-hmm. They've done well to make these like an intrigue card.
These feel like cards that could be playable at some point, but they're not broken, which is what I like. This is the definition of a tech card, which is cool.
Netball allows you to search your deck for a grass Pokemon or a grass energy and put it into your hand. Sorry, a basic grass Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it's a strict upgrade to Nest Ball for grass decks because it gives you additional usage throughout the mid game, as well as being an excellent early game tool for you.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. Another good feature for the
Sceptile stuff.
For the Sceptile stuff. So yeah,
I like it.
Getting a free energy search on Nest Ball is really good.
Yeah,
so,
I like it.
That's really, really good. Adventuring Satchel. Search your deck for 2 tools. Reveal them, put them into your hand. Oh my, what face? Rotom is even more busted than ever. Yes. Good for the Genesect deck that's not a deck, and good for the Rotom deck that's not a deck. Excellent.
Gets your spell tags.
Spell tags. If the psychic Pokemon in this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack, put 4 counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. Oh my god, it even combos. Oh my god, this is a really good tool for Rotom.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe Rotom is a deck.
No.
Jack, with a satchel and this.
A satchel then attaching spell tags every turn. That's a +40.
Spell tag's good. Spell tag's it's like bursting balloon, and you know how much I love that card.
Oh yes.
This can go on your Sigilyph for extra pressure as well. Oh, I'm trying Rotom. I don't even care. I don't care what you think. I'm doing it.
Rotom spell tag.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm actually so happy. Okay. There's no hand Gramble in the set. I think that's in SMA. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next set.
So Fairy Charm is another tool. Prevent all damage done to the fairy Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon GX and EX.
Psychic.
Oh, sorry. Psychic
and Dragon.
Yeah, Psychic, Fighting, and Dragon are the 3 charms that we have.
And in the next set, we also have Grass as well.
Fighting Dragon.
So you don't lose to Ray, you don't lose to Buzzwole, you don't lose to Malamar, and you don't lose to Sceptile with fairy types. Busted.
It kind of reminds me of Sylvali's tools.
Yeah.
But you never really saw a lot of play. And these are passive rather than aggressive. So I think they're probably worse.
But at the same time, with Field Blower probably being kind of phased out for 4 stadium counts instead, these have a lot less. There's a lot less people playing answers.
But I mean, there's no tool removal, and Sylvala is terrible.
Sylvala's weak to fighting though.
Yeah, and these are more there are more fairy cards that can abuse this, I guess. But I think in a vacuum they're way weaker than the Sylvali tools. Maybe it's just the fact that Sylvali is not strong enough to make use of the tools, and these are better. Oh, sorry, we have fairy Pokemon that are better.
I can just see this being another case of this weekend where we got away with EXP shares because no one's playing Field Blower. Well, if it looks like no one's playing Field Blower because they're playing 4 counts of stadiums instead, well, in some matchups, don't you just pretty much win with this? If you attach a fighting tool to a Guardy, they're never getting through you with a Baby Buzzwole. They're just not, because you have 230 HP. So you just auto-win fighting at that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like these could be potentially really, really big.
Yeah, just because there are... This is also really interesting for Sylveon Mill variants, having immunity to certain decks. That
This
could
might
be potentially scary.
This might even be a reason that Field Blower is kept in play.
Yeah.
Or kept in decks. And we just have to deal with a format where you have to play 4 stadiums plus 1 Field Blower in your deck just to deal with the busted stadiums as well.
Right, more supporters. Please be good.
No.
Your opponent reveals their hand. Choose any 2 cards you find there and shuffle it into their deck.
When your Rotom dies, Joe.
Oh, it's when Psychic Pokemon dies? Oh, dear. Okay. I was going to start doing, comparisons to, Delinquent and trying to give people terrible hands and look at their... and, fiddle around with their top decks and stuff. But if you need to have been knocked out, they've probably got an attacker. So you can't do any of that shenanigans. So this is probably very weak.
I know it doesn't protect against Baby Buzz, a good flying bird, but is a Baby Buzz going to get through a Guardy with one of those tools on? Because I don't think it is if they're playing 4 Max Potion.
Mina is interesting. Search your deck for a Fair Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So this is a strict upgrade on Master Royale for your fairy types, because it's from deck, which is way better search, and it can be on basics and stage 1s, not just stage 2s. So this is really interesting. It's like a guaranteed max elixir to a fairy, but it has to be a supporter.
I think this card's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. Uh, Secret
Fairy has
Spring
so much.
DCE Mina. Yeah, that's like 150 burst of choice band as well.
Plus, you have like with Alolan Ninetales, you have like Beacon anyway, so you don't need to be using supporters early to find your stuff. You can just be attaching extra energy to routes whilst searching out other things and that kind of thing. You don't need. I don't know. This card's cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily like an engine that we build, but I think it's reasonable.
I think it's a nice. I think it's an. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's an engine, but I think it's a nice one-off.
I mean, we've seen. It's too harsh to compare this to Master Royale because it needs to be a stage 2.
Master Royale is so much worse.
Yeah, this is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Once during each player's turn, that player may heal 60 damage and remove all special conditions from their grass Pokemon. So this is a PCL in a stadium, and that's great value. That's really good value.
So if you get use out of this the turn you played it, you played 2 supporters that turn. If this stays in play, you've played an extra 2. For every turn this stays in play, you play an extra supporter. The only effect, like, yes, it has to be a PCL, sure, but like Dual Brains Magnezone, this is like a pseudo Dual Brains Magnezone on a stadium. There's an insta play card that can be played when you need it, rather than just having to get it out. This card is
Mirrors are going to be so weird.
I think all of these Prism Star stadiums are going to see play because they're all designed so busted.
Yeah, I mean this is an insane stadium, really insane. That heal. Where does he live? Where does this guy live though? Outside of Sceptile.
I mean, in any grass, like Sceptile is the best grass deck, so only in Sceptile. But in any grass deck that's good, I think you play this.
Poor Gardenia. So sad. Gardenia will never see play now. Rip Gardenia.
Because it did before.
Yeah. Loads. Right, one more to go.
One more to go. This is another big one.
Yeah.
There's some more spice in here.
So Scyther has some flip cards. Chikorita. Bailey. Meganium has an interesting ability.
Mm-hmm.
Once during your turn, you may choose one of your basic Pokemon. If you have a stage 2 in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic to evolve it. So, essentially, if you candy Meganium, you have candy every other stage 2 that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to think, is going candy Meganium
better than
just playing 4 candies and thicker lines of all your dudes? I think I want to say no.
I think I want to say no.
But the fact that there's Grovyle,
and this format is so much slower.
Why? How can it get slower?
No, I mean this is slower than like it was last year. You would have looked at this and been like, oh, this is trash. But this year it's slower. So I think that there is maybe a chance this is good. Artwork appreciation, by the way.
So much value if you get it up.
If you get this out turn 2, you have rare candy
value.
every turn for the rest of the game.
I'm a man of value.
If they're targeting, because you can always rare candy the same thing, like your attacker in the same turn as well. So that means if they're attacking this, they're not dealing with your attacker that you've already got out once.
Oh my god! Someone just made a point. Can you use this like old candy?
Okay, so
this counts as evolving. That
we don't know yet. I believe from the translations, we don't know how the English translation will work.
Holy pog! If it's old candy, this sees play. For sure.
Yeah.
If it's new candy, I'm still but there's potential value to be had here.
If this is old candy, it is.
You would just play Swampert over this. It's the fact that this is searchable with the Grovyle though that I'm thinking mostly. Like, you can get away with, like, a 101 because you can just go Grovyle candy this, and then you have free candies. This has big potential, depending on how this
Ace,
ends up being.
if that is the case, yeah, you can Acer on a Receptile and put it down in the same turn. Oh
Insane.
my god.
Okay, Aridos.
Leave you on Synergy 5 out of 5. Busted.
Yeah, pretty bad. Okay. We have some Hoppips. This one can find other Hoppips, which is actually relevant because you want to spam as many Hoppips as possible. Because Skip Bloom has a really interesting ability. Once in your turn, you may search your deck for a Jumpluff and switch it with this Pokemon. Place this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone, then shuffle your deck. So you're chucking it into the Lost Zone as well as the Hoppip, and that powers up Jumpluff's attack. It's a 70 hit point stage 2 that does have free retreat, which is nice. Has Lost March for a single grass energy, does 20 times the amount of Pokemon in the Lost Zone, of your Pokemon in the Lost Zone, excluding Pokemon Prism Stars. So you can't just sack an army of Prisms that naturally get in there. We're having to use Skip Plume and other means to get Pokemon in the discard pile. We could use what's it called? Shedinja. Shedinja attaches to Skip Plume.
It does.
Oh my god, broken. Okay, so looking at just the Jumpluff, it's going to be way too slow to work, but we'll see other stuff in a bit.
You know there's more. This has the word March in it. And they love the word March.
They do like to march on our parade. We have a Shuckle GX, which is pretty cool.
Pretty pog. Look at his little face.
Protective Pot. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with 2 or less energy attached to them. Obviously, there are going to be decks out there like Malamar, Ray, stuff like that will overextend over this, but it's going to be annoying for some Zoroark decks if we play lots of energy removal. Kind of reminds me of Goomy, right? Where the Goomy makes it harder for them to hit you. This is the same sort of thing in a different form. It has
that only has
it only has 40 hit points. Triple poison for a colorless. Your opponent's active is now poison. Put 3 counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon between turns. So I can see the deck being a really annoying grind deck where you're just going for poison spam and trying to hammer away. So instead of being like a mill deck, you're like a resource grind deck, which is going to be really annoying to play around. Wrap GX is 40 and paralyzes the opponent. Paralysis is really bad when you have Acerota and Guzma in the format, but maybe it works for extra protection if they actually get more attachments on. It feels like this deck instantly crumbles if an attacker can one-hit KO with 3 energy on it, but otherwise that's pretty cool. And yeah, you can have Survivor buff.
Look at his little head.
And now we know how busted Goomy is. Yeah, now that we have that information. Heracross has a similar effective attack as an old Miltank, but it's for 2 energy, so it's probably pretty bad. Celebi, choose any number of your evolved Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, remove the highest stage and put it into your hand. I think this is really weak on an attack. It's Devo Spray in an attack, which is like a waste, I think. Obviously, you get multiple procs if you're playing something that really wants to re-evolve and do stuff, but I think it's really weak. Typhlosion, really poor. Houndour can draw some cards. Houndoom, 850 plus 80 if you have more cards in hand for 2 fires. Don't think it's good enough. Entei, 80 discard.
Look at that art.
60 more for each energy discarded. Artwork appreciation, but that's about it. Blacephalon GX. Joe Bernard GX. Here we go. There's a big clown on the screen, and it's good. It's a fire type basic.
Magnezone.
Jesus, Mark.
Mm,
It has three
mm,
attacks. The first confuses and burns the opponent, so it's a free 20 and they're confused, which is actually really annoying for other like basic decks. Mind Blown for 2 fires is the same effect as Magnezone Prime's attack, which is 50 times you may send any number of fire energy attached to your Pokemon to the Lost Zone, and it's times that amount that you put into the Lost Zone. So
mhm.
we have B-String as a potential acceleration for this, and we have, at the moment, we've only seen the Magcargo engine, but there is other means of getting attachments on things.
Mm,
So this is going to be very good as a one-hit KO machine. It also has
mm.
Burst GX, which discards one of your prizes. If it's an energy card, you can attach it to one of your Pokemon. So this is random extra attachments, whilst also being a turn 1, take a prize, which is also good for pressure. So you just get a
And
free prize.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't get the card, but it's essentially Blade GX,
Attach prize.
which we've seen Blade GX be very good because it means you only need to take 5 prizes in games, and you can take 4 so easily with this attack. You can easily find just like a lone Zorua or a lone Rockruff early game just to pop, and then you can burst GX for your last prize.
Yeah, so
There's nothing I don't like about this card.
if you're up against other basics, you might want to use Bursting Burner. But if you're up against evolving decks, whether Bursting Burner won't do anything,
Mm.
take a prize. Just do it. And then deal with a 60 hit point thing later. Absolutely awesome card. Slowpoke artwork appreciation in his little well. Slowking. Really weak. Pretty annoying to put stuff in the Lost Zone, but doesn't have enough hit points to be like a tanky thing. Grab tools, that's useless. This Mantine is actually an interesting card because it's a free retreater for water decks. And that's not bad right now. It could be a one of in washout deck. It has fighting resist as well. Poggers.
Bog, bog, bog.
Suicune GX is a really interesting, and I think one I'm very excited for as a man who loves to play Aquabox and always wants to find ways to make this work. The Suicune looks like a great tool for its toolkit. Phantom Wind. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. So if you have Washout Quagsire, you can take a hit with Suicune, Guzma, wash out to a new attacker, and get rid of that damaged Suicune, and then just Brooklet Hill it back on the board. Hey presto, you've got a free max potion out of your ability, which is awesome. Really, really cool ability that you just get to use in the Lapras deck. 120 during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 30 less, so again, it speaks for itself. You go from a 180 to a 210. You tank a lot more often, and that's going to be good for you. And you can do 150 and switch this Pokemon to the bench, which is also synergy. This is the GX attack that we've seen on Golisopod. And it's a little bit more expensive, but you have Aqua Patch anyway. So, potentially, Suicune GX is an addition that makes the Lapras deck more than just a meme deck. I think it could push it further. It doesn't improve its matchup against Delmise exactly, and it's still going to have a bad Sceptile, but it makes itself more powerful. Like, it makes it in a vacuum more powerful, which is cool. Okay.
Cool card.
Toxapex. Why have they not made a good Toxapex yet? So sad. Look at it.
It's such a cool Pokemon.
Yeah. Chinchou, Lantern. This is the one that can get one more card from the discard pile than a Rangaroo, and it shuffles it rather than puts it to the bottom of the deck, but just play a Rangaroo. 3's enough. Mareep can buy you some time, sending stuff asleep. Ampharos can paralyze if you discard if you put 2 lightnings into the Lost Zone from your hand, but paralysis is really bad in a world with Guzma. You can do 250 snipes though, so there was potentially some cool synergy if Guzma wasn't in the format. Raikou expensive for what it does. Here is another Lost March card. Natu is a 40 hit point psychic type. Cave Puppy, thanks so much for following, dude. It does 20 times the amount of Pokemon in the Lost Zone again. So you have a basic attacker that can do Lost March now, which is cool for a DCE. It is very glass cannon-y. You gain an extra type coverage as well, so you can hit for grass and for psychic now. I think in general you attack with the Natu a lot more, just like with old Night March. You just attack with the basics as much as possible. Why do they always print these? Yeah, I know, it's so weird that they've brought this back. Your opponent reveals a hand.
I do think it's much worse though.
Yeah, I think this is way worse. Way worse than old Night March. We gain an Energy Crush Espeon, which actually isn't a bad card. We've seen this. This reminds me of the Plasma Leafeon. You do 20 more times the amount of energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon. And the fact that you are an Evolution, you have the other... I mean, you have Energy Evolution Eevee, so it searches itself out. So it's a potentially cool tech option, similar to the Plasma Leafeon, which was one of my favourite cards. So this is really awesome.
Busted card. Maybe not busted, but cool.
So we have 3 very unique unknowns, and I know that for the legacy format, these are like the most insane cards ever printed, but in standard they're trash. Once during a turn, if this Pokemon is your active, and your bench Pokemon have a combined total of at least 66 damage counters on them, you may choose to win the game. In standard, you're never going to get this many damage counters on you unless you want to have a tech for the spread matchup. You make them think that they've won, and then you just announce that you won. Ah, nectar. The next one is Hand. If this Pokemon is your active, you may have, and you have at least 35 cards in your hand, you may choose to win the game. I think this is like the best card in Legacy now. I may be wrong, but I think it's created the best deck of all time. So, good job, Unknown.
Not Legacy, Unlimited, right?
Unlimited, sorry. Yeah, not Legacy, Unlimited.
Yeah.
My bad. And Unknown Missing. Once during a turn, if this is your active Pokemon and your opponent has at least 12 supporter cards in the Lost Zone, you may choose to win the game.
It's worth noting that people are already mentioning the damage one. Someone's already found a way of breaking it. I'm almost certain this card will be pretty much insta-banned and expanded.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can win
What's
from
the
turn
combo?
2. You can win from turn 2.
What's the combo?
You have a Weavile. How do you do it? It's something to do. So you have Magma Base down. You have Reuniclus. You have 2 Wailords, and you have I think it's Klefki. Yeah, it's Klefki. So you bench the Klefki, you put 2 damage counters on, you move it with Reuniclus, you then attach it to the Weavile from Steam Siege, which lets you pick up a tool from it each turn. And you can do that infinitely, and you can win the game on turn 2. There is a turn 1/1, but it hasn't, because Japan doesn't have the expanded format. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the turn 1 hasn't been publicly shared. I'm almost certain this card will be insta-banned.
Okay, cool.
Because it's the other thing is the deck is so uninteractive. If they hit Reuniclus plus Weavile, you lose.
Yeah.
But hey.
Okay, Wobbuffet is a real annoying card that I don't know why they printed this, but as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, each player's Prism Star. Pokemon can't attack and has no abilities. I really don't like the design of this. I mean, it's a check to Prism Star cards, and there are some insane Prism Star cards, but this is a really, sad... I think it's just a really sloppy way of them trying to deal with them, to be honest. But in terms of playability, stopping a Diancie Prism Star sounds really good. Stopping a Volk Prism Star makes me cry.
No! I don't like this card. Don't play it. Please.
Yeah, it's just an annoying card. If there's any deck that... It's like how we've seen Bench Barrier Sudowoodo. There's math fixing that you can do if you limit people's benches. It's like this can reduce like exactly Diancie damage a lot of the time. So Girafarig, choose two of your opponent's cards in the discard pile, put them in the lost zone. It's trying to synergize with the missing unknown, but I think it's way too slow. Nihiligo is a non-GX attacker, Ultra Beast again. 110 hit points, Nightcap for one psychic. This Pokemon can only be used when your opponent... Oh, sorry, this attack can only be used if your opponent has 2 prize cards remaining. Choose an attack on one of your opponent's Pokemon and use it as this attack. So it's like a Baby Buzz, but it's way later in the game, and the hope is to take a big one-hit KO attack for just one attachment. I think we have Mimikyu, which is better, because if you're playing a Psychic deck, you're probably playing Malamar anyway. And you can use
And you can do that
in
every
way more.
turn.
Yeah, you can use it way more often than this. Its other attack poisons and confuses, but who cares? So I think just worse than Mimikyu overall. Mimikyu also offers the Filch. We have Poipole and Naganadel. Poipole is annoyingly also 70 hit points.
Boy.
But Naganadel, 130 hit points, Ultra Beast. Charge up once during a turn. You may attach a basic energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So this is the combo that we're going to see with Blacephalon. It's awesome that this is also an Ultra Beast, so you can search it with Ultra Space, so it's going to be pretty consistent to find this guy. You have treasures and Ultra Spaces. That feels like a really good engine to have. Oh, Poipole's first attack is really good. You get to look at your prize cards. I don't think that's that good. But yeah, because you don't want to sacrifice energies in this deck. Isn't this insane in Shrine decks? Why is it insane in Shrine decks?
This card is very good, though.
But yeah, I mean, as an accelerator, it's incredible.
Colorless attacker as well.
Yeah, colorless attacker, 80. If you have exactly 3 prize cards remaining, 80 more damage. So they have to play around that turn as if it was a sledgehammer turn, which is awesome. And yeah, really good accelerator for Blacephalon. It'll definitely see play in that. I don't know if it sees play in many other places, but there's even synergy with things like Tapu Koko and stuff like that, where you can just suck up all those energies, take them for yourself. Cool card. Especially because it's an all colorless attack. Really nice design. Sudowoodo has terrible design. Has to have taken a hit. The Donphan is also a potentially powerful card. It has Sturdy. If this Pokemon has full hit points and we're knocked out by damage from an attack, this Pokemon is not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10. So you can't get one hit KO'd in theory. And it has Rolling Spin, 70. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Rolling Spin does 70 more damage. So that can obviously be removed by things like Guzma and stuff, and Rope and all those gusting effects. But if it's not, and if Sturdy's procced, you go from 70 into 140, which is insane. 70 isn't even the baseline because you have Diancie and you have Choice Band. And that's really powerful. So you're hitting fighting weakness. Last Chance Potion is the next big thing that Fezza just mentioned. Last Chance Potion, Hustle Belt is definitely a cool combo. So yeah, spamming Last Chance Potion on your Donphan sounds really cool and annoying. Because you get yourself back to full hit points. It's perfect numbers for you. And you're going to try and make these Donphans really frustrating and unkillable. So that sounds powerful. And you have Brooklet Hill and all the other broken fighting tools. You can play Baby Buzzes for early game pressure and a swing turn and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Then you see a Flying Flip and you're sad. Yeah, I mean, Flying Flip's a good way around this. Random Effect, thanks for the follow. But I imagine we'll try and play things to get around that. Get around losing to one Flying Flip. I don't know if it's going to be a quad Donphan or Donphan's just in a deck as like a two of. I don't know. It probably is a build around just because of its ability, but it's a really nice non-GX attacking threat. Can't flying flip if you have Machoke. Someone's using their brain. We have a Hitmontop, which can hit and switch. Fighting type's a good type to be if you're going to be in hit and switch style, but there you go. Larvitar, this one doesn't take damage on the bench, which is awesome, and this has great artwork. Look at him. He's made him what he wants to be when he grows up in a little castle.
That's adorable.
Unfortunately, it's this Larvitar, which has terrible artwork, which is the one that's actually busted. I love this card. This card's awesome. This is basically like, remember that Tapu Koko Honchkrow mess that people try and build? Well, now we can do it a little bit neater with a Larvitar. Second strike for a DC does 10. If your opponent's active has 3 or more counters on it, it does 70 more damage. So again, 80 base to 100 base with Diancie, 130 base Choice Band. 3 counters on them already is 160. So if you're using Cocos and Shrines, this is going to rack up really quickly. I think Larvitar is actually not a meme. I think its typing makes it very good.
Someone's just said it. I've seen a lot of people talking about Decidueye Ninetales with this as the front man.
The front man. That's hilarious.
Put it on counters.
Pop those counters on and bop them. I think this Larvitar is legitimately very good. Its typing is so good for Zeraora and Zoroark. And that alone makes it just really, really reasonable. And you have, search with Brooklet or whatever you want. It's just a basic. It's really easy to find. Zoroark gets so hard countered by the set. Yeah, I mean, Zoroark and Zeraora, they're thrown in the same pot, really. This Larvitar is excellent for dealing with Zoroark, exactly. And if you're using Shrine and Coco and stuff, you're going to hopefully set up other GXs. And even against non-GX decks, if you do 2 flying flips, you're then doing 100 with your Larvitars, so you're probably trading against like Garbodors and all that stuff just as efficiently anyway, so it seems just really reasonable without much setup either. Bullet Evolution, when you play this to evolve, you may have damage done reduced by 50. This could help if you're actually trying to evolve up into T-Tar, if T-Tar's any good, which we'll see later because he's Dark type. Alone and Meowth can do 10. If you go second, 60 more damage. So you can Grinch a first prize against a lot of things, which is interesting.
Spoil sport.
If you're playing random free retreat basics, this could be a reasonable one-of. Like if I was going to say Zoropod, but Wimpods have 70 hit points, so there's no reason to play Zoropod anymore. But if you're playing like Cocos or other free retreat stuff, even stuff with 1 retreat, actually, you could just pay retreat and use a Meowth to take a first prize. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's I don't think it will see play, but we've seen weirder stuff like Tyrogues just to Grinch early prizes work. And I think this is an attack to keep in mind. So, just a free 70 is really powerful. The Persian looks terrible.
Look at it. Its eyes are like vertical. Incredible.
Bluff 90 minus. This attack is reduced by 30 for each energy attached to your opponent's active. Why does Wimpod have a 70 HP break Zoropod? Because you want to use an Elm engine. Pink Panther. Pay me like one of your French girls. Yeah, that attack's really poor. Umbreon, similar story with the Espeon that we mentioned. In terms of you have the Energy Evolution EV, so it's easy to find this guy, even though it's a stage 1. You do 30 if one of your Pokemon was knocked out by damage during your opponent's last turn, 90 more. I think this won't see play, unlike the Espeon, because Dark typing doesn't hit anything good for weakness. So, and the Espeon is more threatening than just on 1 turn only. I guess this isn't as well if they're just going to gust around it, but I don't think it's that good. Tyranitar GX is a big Daddy, 250 hit points, Dark type, lost out if one of your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from attack, from this Pokemon's attacks. Put that Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone. So it's a bit worrying if you're up against Lost March, but against other things, you're going to prevent them stretching back and prevent them, if it's like Malamar, all those psychic energies that they've had attached go to the Lost Zone, which is quite funny. It could be really annoying for certain decks if you take big knockouts. A Vicious Sandstorm for Dark Colorless, which is really expensive. Does 130 and 30 to each of your opponent's benched basic Pokemon. So in random slots, if you get that big, or like a couple of these spreads off, you can deal with multiple basics and put them all in the Lost Zone and they run out of stuff. But that's really hoping. Big Daddy Buzz dies to T-Tar with one energy. Dies to Baby Buzz with one energy. Yeah, that's sad. Smackdown for Dark Colorless, 220. Its attacks damage isn't affected by effects on the defending Pokemon. So yeah, Mark's pretty much just said it. The fact that we have Zeraora and Zoroark means that, unfortunately, T-Tar never going to be playable. I mean, he's way too expensive on his own. Like, he wouldn't see play even if fighting wasn't a big thing, but it's just so sad that it gets wrecked so easily.
I have no idea. Has T-Tar ever been good? Have they ever released like a very, very strong T-Tar?
Yeah, T-Tar's won Worlds. There was I think it was Rockets T-Tar.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Rockets.
I guess I just know from Heart Gold Soul Silver onwards, they've never released a good T-Tar. So that's like 4 gens.
Yeah.
So I didn't know whether they had in the olden days.
Spike Thrust. Flip 3 coins. This does 10 to each of your opponent's Pokemon times number of heads. That's just bad. Sizzle.
I'll explain the unknown deck at the end of these cards. Again, we've got to get through these cards.
If your opponent's active Pokemon has any special energy attached, 70 more damage. That's really not bad. Maybe it's the non-GX attack of the Sizzle GX deck is always needed. Probably not, though. Marill Azumarill. Look at the top 8. That's pretty weak. Granbull. This is the Granbull, I think, that surprised a lot of people. I think it was Shintaro that played it.
Mm-hmm.
You do 30 and 130 more if you have no cards in hand.
1 for 160, you say?
Which, if you were speaking to me before I knew that Shintaro did a thing with this deck, I would tell you this is terrible. In fact, unplayable. Since then, Shintaro's done a thing.
Which means maybe it's playable.
160 for 1 is powerful. It came 9th for Japanese regional.
Oh, I thought it was Shintaro that played it.
Oh, was it not Shintaro? Is it someone else?
I did see it.
Someone will
it
tell
got
us.
9th though. Yeah, it bubbled.
But yeah, dead broke. Lots of damage. And I believe he just played a Magcargo engine, so essentially he would stack the card that he needed for the next turn on top of his deck. And had a bunch of insta-playables / cards that let you thin. We've basically seen how Archie Stoice has worked. If you can get the pieces to assemble, you can get some big... Like, you can make it happen. This deck has to make it happen every turn, which scares me. But it's an annoying hit point non-GX with resistance to Dark as well, so the Zoroark has to Kukui and have Stadium in play. That's really annoying. Its damage output is going to be really good against Zeraora and other like basic GX attacking decks. Yeah, it does good damage, and I've got to see how to make it work, but the stats are there, at least. Nailed it. And you get to do 30 otherwise. Broken. Blissey. Remove a special unit. That is so bad. Wow, that's one of the worst. Like, Blissey's not been good for a while, but that is awful.
So bad, isn't it?
Stantler, pretty weak. Smeargle. Use the effect of one of your opponent's supporters.
Portrait.
But as an attack, it's way worse.
Mm-hmm.
Milk Cannon. Reveal any number of Moo Moo Milks from your hand to your opponent. This does 60 for each you reveal.
I love that you can have 4 in hand, but you only have to reveal 3, so they can't play around your 4th one.
200 with Kukui, pretty good. I mean, you have to Kukui and then discard the cards. And you need to somehow guarantee that you can discard those cards. Oh, it's Shun Ito. Okay. Lugia GX does 30 plus 30 more times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is the attack that we know on, Mega Mewtwo. But with 30 base instead of 10 base, which is potentially very powerful. It's all colorless as well. DCEs, other energy acceleration. I think this can easily get into 1-hit KOs, so do bear that in mind.
It's just your opponent's active Pokemon, though, right?
Oh, okay, that's way worse.
It's not. You're gonna say it's not.
Ignore that then. But it has other.
I was gonna say I'm pretty
damage.
sure this card isn't that good.
Yeah. 170. You can't use Wada Tsunami Spear.
Yes.
The Wada Tsunami.
I mean, that'll do.
Wada Tsunami. Put your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached into their lost zone. Purge. You don't want to do that. You want to take prizes. Yeah, this card's pretty weak.
Sorry, Nick.
Embarrassing. Okay. Pipikek, useless, but Trumbeak. Oh, Trumbeak. Once during your turn, if this card is in your hand, pop it in the lost zone. There you go. If you do, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, then return it to the top of your opponent's deck. If it's a supporter, put it in the lost zone instead. So you get a free 80 damage as you draw into your Trumbeaks. And you can randomly Grinch Guzmas out of your opponent's deck and other draw supporters. So that's annoying. It can also disrupt Magcargo, which is cool. So...
Well, not really.
If they put a supporter on top, right?
Sure. But if you're playing against Lost March, you're probably not gonna.
Plus it's a basic, so you can't start with it. Yeah, so it's the guaranteed 80. So this is where you start seeing the damage start to rack up. You've got the 40 damage from each Skip Plume that you get out, and then you have the 80 damage from Trumbeaks. So this is going to start getting pretty powerful pretty quickly if we have more ways to put things in the lost zone. Hint, hint. React Hammer. Discard energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon in play, but this card can only be used by the player going second on their first turn. Therefore, I think it will never see play unless there's a card that can randomly, like, scout for an item on turn 1 just to get that hammer. I don't think it's
pretty sure there is.
There is?
I'm pretty sure there's an Alolan Meowth that's a promo that's not in this set that searches for React Hammers.
Oh my god. As an ability?
I can't remember. Let me try and find it.
If it's an ability, that's... Yeah, it doesn't make sense if it's an attack, but... Right, so we got the usual stuff. Moo Moo Milk. We've got Lost Mixer. Here we go. Oh no, what have they done now? Put 2 cards from your hand in the lost zone. Then draw a card from your deck.
Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard. Oh no! Okay, it's not. I thought it searched for the hammer. It discards the hammer. Okay. Whew. I got a little bit worried there. It doesn't search for the hammer.
Okay. Yeah, so Lost Mixer is really, really good. Like, this is so powerful for damage. So scary. No, Mark, I'm not joking. This is a card that they printed. So, we have 4 Trumbeaks, 4 Lost Mixers, a 4/4/4 line of Jumpluff, potentially, and extra Natus that we can put in the Lost Zone as well as attack with. So that is incredible for damage output. You now are an absolute machine. It's really, really powerful. 200 cards versus 1 Lost March. Tell me who's going to win. Most of the time, Lost Mixer doesn't banish Mons. No, you can't use the Prism Stars. It states it on the attack. So yeah, it means that you can play excess Pokemon cards, like excess Lele's to make you more consistent. And then you can have extra targets for Lost Mixer. So you can play like a high count of Let Loose, Marshadow, and Lele just to Lost Mixer them or have the option to use them. So I think this deck is going to be really Pokemon heavy. You want to play like you already want to play like 18 with the Natus, the Trumbeaks, the Jumpluff line. And then you want to play Leles and Marshadows. Probably.
That's like 25 Pokemon, dude.
That's a lot of Pokemon. And then
Luckily, you only need Grass Energy, right? Wait, how does that
Grass or DCE? But yeah, it'll be... I don't know how you draw enough cards to make this work.
This draws cards. It's fine.
It only draws 1.
Yeah, but it's always going to be a good one, isn't it? Captain Guzma.
Excellent. Like, Acrobite's not good because you don't want them in the bin. You want them in the Lost Zone. How else can we draw cards, Jack? Pokénavs. Pokénav should be good with a deck with 25 Pokemon.
They'll probably hit.
Zipstriker. Yeah, again, we don't want them in the bin. Netball. Yeah, Netball is really nice because that helps you play a thin count of Grass Energies and gets you multiple Hoppips down. This is so easy to set up. You think? You have Great Ball. Oh yes, Great Ball. Everyone's on it now.
Oh.
New Ninetales. Oh, Mark's made it happen. Oh my god, Beacon as well. Beacon into Lost Mixer. Mark's done a thing again.
He's not even playing the game and he's broken it.
He's not even playing anymore. Yep, that's disgusting. Okay. Choice Helmet.
Choice Helm.
The Pokemon this is attached to takes 30 less from your opponent's EX and GX Pokemon. So it's the counter to Choice Band. If you're trying to play a defensive deck, it's an option. Could be annoying on things like Noivern and stuff. But a lot of the time I think damage is better. But at the same time, this is a big reduction. This is, to be fair, it's like Eviolite. And Eviolite saw a lot of play. So pushing yourself out of range can be really good at times if your own output is good enough. So maybe this sees play in some stuff. Any thoughts on this, Jack? Cheers.
It's fine. I mean, I just don't like it. I don't think it's particularly good.
I mean, Eviolite was broken.
But Eviolite was -20 from everything. This is only -20, -30 from GXs and EXs, and we're in a pretty non-GX EX heavy format right now. Like, this does nothing against. I don't know. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I personally prefer non-passive tools. So.
Well, yeah, we all do. But just saying. Eviolite was broken.
Was it broken, or was it just broken?
It was in everything as a 4 of, so yes.
I don't remember that format.
It definitely was. Oh my god.
Mm.
Okay. Whitney. I like the design on Whitney. I don't think it's good, but I like the design on it. Draw a card. Oh dear. Draw an additional 2 cards for each Whitney in your discard pile. I think this is a reasonable card in like a Bennett deck because your second and third Whitneys, draw 5 and draw 7 is so good, and you can even power pad the 1 Whitney back in to have additional draw 7. I think this is really good. This Whitney in Bennett.
Good save. Very good save. In fact, I'm going to go so far as say fantastic save.
I think it's underrated. Underrated card.
Underrated card.
Is it reasonable in Zoroark? Should we play 4 in Zoro just to have like 2 trades and then draw 7 after?
But Zoro has such a big hand anyway. He wants to be Gizmering every turn or Acerola every turn.
Compressor Whitney. Yeah, that's powerful. Quagsire is so good and you consider taking it to Memphis. I'm glad you're having fun with it, man. I like Whitney. I want to put like 12 of Whitney in my cube.
Oh, don't. Please don't.
Obviously I won't, but yeah. Here is a real supporter. Professor Elm's Lecture. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon with 60 hit points or less. So yeah, you can get anything with 60 hit points or less. Put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This is a dream come true for everyone playing in this current format, using 4 nest balls and everything, and great balls and friend balls and all that nonsense.
I mean, friend ball and nest ball are fine.
Yeah, but
Great
this
balls.
is amazing. This
feels like an absolute dream.
This is so good for the game. Like such a important card for us to have back. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Lowland Dugtrio. Oh boy. Pogger's Champ. Yeah, just an awesome card. Elm for Shuckle, Execute. Yeah, I mean, this card is obviously broken. So good. Nectar. Faber is the return of Zerosic, but goes to the Lost Zone instead, so it's even more powerful.
Get stadiums as well.
Oh, and Stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Even more powerful. Doesn't get the prisms, but gets the rest. That's really cool. It's a nice card for... Again, Sylveon's getting some tools, man. It's got the helmet, it's got this, it's got the fairy charms or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful cards. How lets you draw 3 cards still.
Still. Nothing's changed about this card.
We have a Lusamine Prism Star, which is artwork appreciation. Crazy eyed lady. You can only play this card if your opponent has 3 prize cards remaining. Prevent all damage done to your Ultra Beasts by your opponent's attacks during your next turn.
Ninetales GX attack goes through this, lol. The Ninetales GX attack goes through this.
Oh, right, yeah. Because it's just an effect of attack, not damage.
It's just kill a beast.
But what if I told you could have an extra beast ring turn? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It sounds not bad.
That's pretty much the concept for this, right? You just say... So here's the thing. People don't want to go on to a 4 prize turn because of Baby Buzz. So you force... So they go down to 3 prizes.
Mm.
And then you play Lusamine Prism Star. And then you beast ring on that turn. And then your Buzz doesn't die. And then you have another turn to do more beast rings.
They kill your Rockruff or Lycanroc instead, and you're like, oh crumbs.
But you still got the buzz powered up at least. He's still there. He's still swinging. They didn't deal with a big threat. Even that's fine. Even that's good for you. If they carry the Rockruff, you still have B-strings.
No, not if you're on 3 prizes.
Oh, no. No. But you still got your Buzzwell. Happy days.
Brilliant.
So good.
Yeah.
I think this
You
is
think
not
this
bad.
you think this is so good?
Yeah, this is really good.
Oh.
Jack, this is so good.
I think it's fine.
This is so good.
I think you, in a world where you just have Ultra Beasts out, this is very good.
You know there's an Ultra Beast deck, right?
Beast Box, yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing no play currently.
Look at this.
The winning
though.
lists from this weekend also, or from the Japanese tournament, didn't play this card also.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm on board.
This card's good.
I think this card is very situational and sometimes will be literal garbage to the point where you just...
But you can say that about so many cards.
Would you not just prefer another B-string on this turn?
No, this is better.
It's not if they just Guzma kill your Lycanroc. Yeah, sure,
Jack,
you've had...
oh,
I don't think this is good.
you
I don't
melon.
think this is good.
Why is there a Lycanroc on your board? You've messed up.
So we're playing... okay, so we're playing Buzzrock without the rock. Okay.
I did it at Worlds.
And how did that go?
Fuck off. That's embarrassing. You've never even been to Worlds. You can
I'll tell
shut
you
the
what.
hell up right now.
I'll tell you what, you would have won if you had this card. Busted. We found...
Right, so I'm finishing the stream without Jack. He's dead to me now. Right, so yeah, 5-star card. Heat Factory. This is a better version of Scorched Earth. Let me just close Skype real quick. Not letting him back in. Yeah, this is really good for Blacephalon. And it's going to be played in the fire decks. Also good for the Incineroar if you checked out UK League Cups. Broken. Memory Energy allows you to copy previous evolutions. It's like Shining Celebi, which has seen no play, but on an energy card potentially better. You gain bench spaces. There isn't anything exactly to copy this with. But yeah. Loser means my new best friend. Yeah, so that's all the cards from this. The biggest things to take away, obviously, Elm. The Lost Zone deck is going to be a thing. Definitely going to be a thing. The Gramble is going to be on the radar. I don't know how to make this work. I need to see the ninth place list. The Larvitar is actually one of the best attackers that we gain, which is insane. The Blacephalon is a new one-hit KO beatdown deck with acceleration of this. The unknowns are ridiculous in certain situations, but in standard probably terrible. Suicune is a Aquabox card, but that's probably dead. I mean, it does own this deck. Maybe it's gonna be so weird, right? So the Sceptile keeps the Sceptile keeps Buzzwole in check, and so does Malamar. Buzzwole keeps Zorora and Zoroark in check. Blacephalon is kept in check by Aquabox, but Aquabox loses to Sceptile. There's all sorts of crossovers. It feels like there's a lot of brand new decks as well. And the Lost Zone. I mean, the Lost March deck probably keeps like the stage 2 stuff away. And you got to keep having non-GX stuff. Of course, we have to think about the Rotom deck as well. With those spell tags. So much stuff. Is there anything else? No, that seems like it. Yeah, so it feels like there's lots of brand new stuff coming out. Just attack with Naganadel in the Aquamox matchup. I mean, Naganadel only does 80, other than that one turn. It feels like it'll be a GX v GX trading matchup. I mean, they can use Volk Prism and Quagsires. So yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Glad that you stuck by. Jack might be back Monday. Maybe, if he apologises. If not, it'll just be me. And we'll have a great time on our own. By the way, I don't actually think Lucamine's that good. I was just seeing where he'd go with it. And he's embarrassed me in front of all my friends. And now I have nothing. So I'm going to have to pick up the pieces now and travel to Frankfurt. Hopefully you guys can all make it and Ryanair's not mugged everyone else in the world off. But yeah, that'll be it for today, guys. See you next time. Cheers.